Alright, so we're back. Certainly a lot later than I wanted to do this, but here we are, regardless. Right, so played a little bit offline. What does that mean? I basically, you know that key that we found last stream? I basically used that to open up some other doors, and in doing so, I actually found the last bonfire up here. Now, the only thing in this room, they call it the Smelter Throne. The only thing in this room worth noting is an armor set that you can kind of see in the picture right there. And when I went to examine it, it said, alas, nothing happened. But then I read another message somewhere before it, which said, like, weapon required or something. And they call it the Smelter Throne. So I imagine at some point, once we go back, kill the Smelter Demon, we go, we kill him, get the boss soul, make his weapon, then bring the weapon back to that set of armor, and maybe that does something for us. But yeah, that bonfire really only led me to that. Really didn't find anything more off of that. I did go back through and destroy all of the idols. So now we have 10 of the Soul of Nadalia, Bride of Ash. I don't know how many there are in total, but all of the weapons that we needed to use in order to destroy them added up to 10, and we have 10. So as far as I'm aware, we should be done with this, but it still says this is only a fragment of the soul. It cannot be used in this state. So my best guess as to that would be maybe through the iron passageway, that we just hit the bonfire and then we continue down here rather than continuing through the iron passage. Maybe that's got some more areas. Past this Fume Knight, we'll probably maybe end up seeing more. I would have thought 10 would have been the magic number, considering we got 10 of the items needed to destroy the idol, and then we destroyed 10 idols, and I have yet to see anything else to suggest that we need to kill more. So I feel like this should be done, so I'm not exactly sure why this isn't, you know, like a completed boss soul or something like that. Maybe when we beat the Fume Knight, or maybe boss after it. I did also, in my exploration, pick up this Simpleton's Ring. Essentially, the wearer becomes invisible while rolling. If you play Dark Souls 3, you know there's something similar. I believe it's in the crypts. I think it's like the same ring, but it also grants you longer invincibility in the rolls as well as invisibility. I want to say that's true. I'm not 100%. But it definitely has this same idea of becoming invisible while rolling. If it gave me longer rolls, which turn in the longer invincibility frames, I could consider it. But if it just makes me go invisible, I'm not really seeing how that's going to help me here. Magic. I want to say I didn't pick up anything. Yeah, no. Nothing that I can remember off the top of my head, at least. We didn't pick up any other special key items, so yeah, basically just found all these souls, pretty much. There's a lot of elevator waiting, we'll say that. I did practice on the boss a little bit, but mostly it only ever got to the beginning of the second stage, because I didn't want to waste resources on it. I wanted to make sure that that hopefully Medusa here only ever ends up being the only boss we end up killing off camera. So I'd get to the second stage, and then he would, like, generally one-shot me somehow and kill me, so... I think the farthest I've got so far on him has been about 75% or so HP. But not bad, but it's not 100%, so... Still room to improve. Our first phase is definitely going much, much better. I forgot to check the volume on this. I want to assume that it's fine. Casually just checking the audio while not boss. You know, that no skill involved. Yeah, the first phase is really not a problem. It's all the second phase. The second phase wouldn't be that much of a problem if I wasn't getting one-shot by essentially every move, which made me consider leveling up for the fight just to get some more max HP on. But if if I'm gonna do that, then I may as well just like farm it on stream or something if that ends up being the case. See, something tells me I'm gonna have to farm for that tiger fight anyways, because the fact that everything it does one-shots me, like there's not really any way of me playing around that unless I get better at dodging the attacks. Even when we're better at dodging the attacks, it still takes like no damage. Like, he takes like no damage, but we have much better dodging potential for him. The tiger is very fast, and like one hit, essentially, I'm done for. So like, I definitely rank the tiger so far harder than this guy. Not to say that he's easy. I mean, clearly we haven't beat him yet. So he's still somewhat difficult. But I find the difficulty more in dodging the one-shots from him than anything. I probably should be concentrating a little bit more, but we just started, so I gotta get some banter going, right? A bit of greed there. Really, I really should only be sticking to one hit per boss. The thing about Dark Souls bosses, though, is that you want to kill them quickly. It's just kind of this idea of the law of large numbers, in which case, the more attacks off, the more potential chances they hit you, and then as you get more attacks, there's the chance of you getting hit gets higher. So by keeping the fights short, it reduces your chances of losing to the boss in general, from what I've found. In which case, yeah, him being able to tank as much and then having a second phase and stuff really kind of leads into that. If I tried the greed for 2 right there, I would have been hit by that. We probably would have lived because I'm at full HP. As well as my, like, actual max HP. But had I gone for 2, I would have most certainly gotten hit and had to use that tool on casters. I'm playing it a lot less greedy right now. I think it's because, like, I played it earlier today, and then I took a break from it, and then got other stuff done, and then came back to it. So I think the greed has finally subsided a little bit. Which hopefully works out in this fight, because, yeah, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna suck. Okay, well, we got it. I want to heal back to full. I want to heal back to full. I hate everything. Get me off the side of the room. This dude still has over half health, and my guy's already using his fire sword attacks to get out of here. Yep, that's why you wait for the third one always there, because he does try to do that step, and you really do need the range to be able to get out of that. Especially when your dude cuts your own range by like a quarter, because he always wants to step forward into the attacks, because that makes sense. I might end up getting hit here. Yep, I'm just gonna die. Okay. Generally, he doesn't do the jumping attack, so I was very surprised to see him do it there. Unfortunate. If I could ever cancel out of my Estus at some point, that'd be beautiful. Just the fact that as soon as I press it, like, it feels as though I've got like a 50% chance like every time I use an Estus to like kill myself rather than actually getting healed from it. Because it just leaves you so open, and when you have an HP bar as low as mine, especially against this boss, when generally 1 to 2 hits always kills me, and getting hit once is a potential miss. I don't want to use Dark Orb yet. The reason I don't use Dark Orb anymore in the first phase here is because it's a lot easier to deal with. So I want to save more damage for the second phase so I can end him quicker. I don't know how realistic that's going to be. I'm like, not necessarily resigning to the fact that I'll probably have to end up farming for this boss. But the farming wouldn't be for like damage or anything. It would like be purely for me getting an HP bar, which is probably something I should have been farmed for like a while ago. But alas, here we are. I still have never figured out what that miss item was that the dragon gave us. I imagined it's something similar to the lamp areas, because I believe one that we haven't used is in the boss area where we defeated the Rodden, which is another boss that we beat a long time ago in the poison area with the big worms with the dark invader that always spawns in. Yeah, that place has a lamp. We have yet to be able to do anything with it, so my best guess on the dragon piece there is that either it's for that lamp or it's potentially for the king. Because he was always walking around, right? But he was only ever walking around. He never tried to attack us. He was just sitting there. And it talks about delving into the mind of a wizard, I believe, in which case, if the king's gone hollowed or gone mad or whatever, in which case that would be my next best guess. Probably my first guess, actually. Considering we've used general key-like items to go through the lamps. He casually staggers like that sometimes. I still have not figured out what actually does it. If I had like a hard-hitting weapon, I'd be like, oh, high damage caused him to stagger, but like hitting him for a consistent 75 over a period of time does not make me think that's the thing that's gonna make him stagger at the end of the day. Maybe that's just me. Relatively slow-paced fight at first. I could, in theory, speed it up. Well, I mean, I guess I could with my Dark Orb attacks and whatnot. What I needed for stuff like this, like as soon as he gets into this mode, like this man needs to die. He went for a fourth? Okay, I don't think I ever see this man go for a fourth. I was very concerned when I saw the fourth attack. I rolled and didn't count it. Rip. I thought I had a little more time on the dash forward than what I did there. My man straight up took one step forward, even though he was making a rushing animation and hit me with the thrust. I think that's what threw me off right there. Because, you know, the thrusting attack, so he was doing the run animation as if he was going to be running after me, so I thought I had about 2 steps there. When actually he was able to catch me with 1, so just like the range on that. And the unfortunate thing about that is now we have to go back in there and do all this again. If I was more confident in the second phase, I would rush the first phase, but considering as you've seen what happened in the second phase just right now, yeah, it kind of makes it relatively difficult. That was not what I was trying to use, but we'll take it. Ran out of stamina to dodge that one. And the reason I ran out of stamina was because I'm using Soul Spear, which generally takes more than Soul Arrow in terms of stamina. And it takes longer to cast, so I have less time to back away from it. Why are we rushing him down this time? I just want more practice in the second stage, really. Although second stage basically requires perfection at this point. The fact that I can just barely get hit by 1 attack in the second stage is just ridiculous. I considered looking up a guide, not to beat the boss, but like to get a recommended level, in which case you're supposed to fight this guy, because I wanted to compare it to see like if I'm actually in the ballpark for this guy, or if I'm like straight up fighting this guy like 20, 30, etc. levels under, because I mean, could you imagine an HP bar with an extra 20 or 30 levels put into it? Like, even if you assume that you get 30 HP a level, right? That's an extra 900 health. That's like almost double my health bar, thinking of it like that. So like, that health bar you see right there, if I really was 20 or 30 levels under, imagine having 2 times that health bar. I could actually probably take 2 hits of that one. At which point I'm pretty sure I can kill this dude. Usually, as we've seen in most of the Dark Souls we've seen so far, As long as I can generally take about 2 to 3 hits in 1 health bar, usually I can kill a boss. When we start getting 1 shot is when it starts going down. That was bad. Okay, thankfully he went on the defensive there. He definitely could have punished me for that, or chose not to. I still don't know what actually, what triggers him to go into this other stage. My original guess was just HP dropping, you know, be like, oh, he drops down to 50% HP, all of a sudden he goes berserk or something. Which doesn't always seem to be the case, because other times he are able to berserk right here. So I don't know if I was just on the cusp. I hesitated originally, that's what happened right there. If I... See, like, I froze for a second, in which case, if I actually rolled, you can do 2 rolls to get out of it, but if you hesitate for the 1 second I did, and then roll, you're gonna roll late, and then you're gonna end up getting slapped by that. Which, for me, means insta-death, because my HP bar is non-existent. Which kinda sucks a lot. If he ends up one-shotting me on the second stage again, I'm just gonna have to human effigy again. Which is ridiculous, but, I mean, it is what it is. I could put on the ring, which would limit my hauling, but I would also lose max HP, stamina, and potentially holding extra items. My maximum load would decrease as well. So, ideally, we don't want that to happen. So, in which case, I would just keep using human effigies, which is not the worst because we have 50 or so right now. Oof, lucky. Very lucky. It took just long enough at the end of that for me to be able to get like the quickest roll ever happened. The fact that that only does 110 damage for being crystal magic is ever so slightly ridiculous. Yeah, I don't know why that extra projectile didn't fire. They generally all go off on the same target as once. So not exactly sure why that one decided to stick around. It didn't really do anything. Like, it could have been extra damage that we could have potentially lost. But at this point, really not too worried about it. 55 damage. Now, if we were in the second stage and I was 1 hit away or something, and that one managed to miss, then, you know, all of a sudden, it's more of a problem. If Affinity didn't take up 3 slots, I would consider using it in this fight, because it's essentially that homing spell we use, but dark damage, which he seems to be in general used it to. That was the first time in a while I've been hit by a thrust attack by this guy. That's if he doesn't go for a single swipe, he's okay, you hit me once with it in like 5 battles, and all of a sudden this guy thinks I'm gonna run into every one of these. I mean, by all means, keep using it, please, because even if you do hit me, I can live through it. And then if you don't hit me, it's just free damage. So, please, if you want to do that the rest of the fight, maybe not even activate, like, your second phase, then by all means, if you do it. Got greedy there with the second one. I just got lucky trying to hit us with the Fume sword there, rather than his smaller one, because the smaller one's faster. Much, much faster. It's way less hard, but much faster. See, he delays a little bit there, which gets me sometimes. He also delayed his second one right there, which caught me. Which I'm very surprised it didn't actually kill him. Alright, there we go. I know what it is. It's something about the thrust attacks between his giant sword there versus his regular sword. I really do think it's just the planes. It could very easily be a mini thing as well. Something about it. Already running out of dark orb. Yeah, you can see it. Thrust. Yep. That's why you always hold on the third one, because if he attempts to go for a third, then me attempting to hit him with magic will lock me into it, because him stepping forward to cast his magic gives him just enough range for us to attack that make it happen. I really should be healing here at some point to make sure that I actually have full health, or at least full health that we have available to us. Yeah, this attack's garbage. It sometimes hits you, even inside the roll. Which one-shots me, at least. If you're a melee or something, and you can shield that or roll out of it yourself, really not that big of a problem. For somebody that gets one-shot, much more of a problem. Is it probably magic? Gonna go through here. I keep getting concerned that he's gonna go for the fourth on one of those, and that's gonna be the time that he hits me with one of those. I could have potentially hit it then, but I needed to make sure that I didn't panic into another one of his attacks. Sometimes he recovers faster from other attacks, and then can throw you off here for sure. I got very lucky. We ended up getting 2 Estus off right there, which was also lucky, which allowed me to heal back to full health. Would 1 Estus be enough? Generally, if I wasn't at 1 HP at all points in this game, then yes. But for us, I ran out of Dark Orb, which is very bad, because that means I go down to Soul. What's the problem with Soul Arrow? You know, it probably does about 1.3 to 1.5 less. What's the problem with that? It makes me fight this good night longer. What's the problem with that? Higher chances of me instantly dying. Ideally, you want to get away from me when he does that attack. As you can see, over an area, it starts to spread out a lot more, which makes it a lot more dodgeable. Random stagger, take it. I still don't know why it is. I would really love to know. It would make dodging it a lot easier. How we lived, I'm not sure. I'll take it. We probably lived with 1 HP, honestly. Like, it would not surprise me if that ended up being 1 HP. I think I know the trick to his arc swipe now. Originally, I was watching the blade, but the blade is not what you want to watch for there. You want to watch for the actual shining of the weapon, is what I'm noticing. Which is something I couldn't do last night, I guess, because I was just too tired. Or it's just something, coming into it with fresh eyes probably helps with that as well. I really should be able to get back to full HP here, which I think this attack will do. Yeah. I need to replenish my spells, though, at some point. Okay, you know how long that takes? Oh my gosh. Okay, now why would we replenish the spells? I need something better than Soul Arrow. It just is what it is. I have a bad feeling, and the bad feeling is I feel like the longer this fight goes on, eventually I'll end up making a mistake here again, one shot. So I want to reduce that chance by ending it quickly. Like I said, I'm making a mistake. Oh, okay. Like I said, making a mistake. Debatable on whether I should peek into there, but I need to be at full HP at all times on this boss. I forgot to turn off notifications. We'll have to deal with that in a second. I don't know how much people actually care about that. If you do, then I apologize. I don't think it's too big of a deal. I got stuck on the wall. That was the attempt right there. That would have done it. Except I got stuck on the wall in the environment. Okay, I'll be back in a second. Go turn off. Yeah. Yeah, very unfortunate. That was definitely ours. I'm very not happy about how that ended up going. I ended up dying because I got stuck on the side of the map there, which ended up getting me killed because I was no longer able to roll the way that I wanted to. Just you can imagine, yeah, pretty deadly how that ends up going. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna say, forget Soul Arrow. We're just gonna use Dark Orb, Soul Spear, and Homing Crystal Soul Mass. It just doesn't do enough damage. Sure, we can use it for the first stage or whatever, but I do want to get more attempts going. Alright, because I didn't sit back down at the bonfire, I didn't get all of my HP back. Of course! I forget this is a Dark Souls 3, where as soon as you pop an Ember, you know, it gives you your max HP back. And the max HP that you had before it was cut off by the limit. Right! Just a quality of life change that Dark Souls 3 had. Generally nice. It's not like the hugest feel ever, but as you can see, having that extra HP probably could have been the difference between life and death, potentially. The fact that I even got hit on this first stage is not great. I'm not gonna worry about it though, because if I start worrying about stuff like that, then it's already over in 6 days to reach that point. The reason why I switched up my item inventory there is, considering it looks as though we'll more than likely run out of Estus in this fight, I want what I assume to be my next best healing item, which is the gold radiant gem, something like that. It's essentially another health restoration item, but it's supposed to be a very large amount. Like, I'm not sure if it's Estus equivalent or not, but it's like around what I could expect for that. So yeah, it's just a little bit of extra healing on the off chance that I somehow survive long enough to get that off. Gotta be careful about the one swings. The one swing attacks are not actually a problem by themselves. What they lead up to is, that's his, I want to drain you out of stamina, so then I can hit you with the combo, and because you'll be out of stamina, you have no way of dodging. Is essentially what the single swipe attacks are. The 4 hits is just him baby raging. Like, I mean, could I die by it? If I got caught by actually everything in it? Oh yeah, 100%. I'd die of 1 hits all the time. Thankfully, long have those days gone on. That happened. Ow. Don't try and prove me wrong all the time. It's so rude. Didn't she get the... I paid PayPal for the $10 so you can make me look good this one. You know, that's how that works, right? Oh. Alright, come on. Alright, here's where things start getting real. From what I've seen, rolling into the blade is actually better than rolling. I got killed on the wall again. I couldn't maneuver how I wanted to. As soon as I got on the wall, I knew it was over. It's just another thing that I need to keep in mind is, I guess, spatial awareness, and the fact that I need, when I'm backpedaling and stuff, I need to make sure to stay off the walls. Because if I hit a wall, I'm basically dead. Like, it just, I don't know, it breaks concentration as well as it limits my movement and potentially cuts my invincibility frames on my roll, because the roll isn't going as far as it originally did. I'm not exactly 100% sure if that one's true, but that's very much so like a gut feeling sort of. That's how that works. Even with all this extra stamina from the rings and stuff, he can still run me out of stamina instantly. That back swing attack, very easy to dodge, but being hit by it, you'll certainly be feeling. At least with somebody that has 0 physical defense and 0 armor. I'm pretty sure we'll end up getting his Fume Ultra Great Sword there when we end up beating it. Out of the boss soul, I'm sure, in which case, yeah, this thing gets pretty hard using my original Dark Souls 3 playthrough. Not the one that we streamed, but like when I originally had played Dark Souls 3, I was like, yeah, this is pretty good. I kind of just slaps bosses around. Never mind the 50 plus strength requirement, if I remember correctly, that I needed. So you know, you're already kind of slapping people to begin with, but then you put that in your hands and then you start having a grand old time. Kind of wish this dude wasn't as tanky. Like, I get it, the whole like Fume Knight thing, so of course he's gotta have an HP bar, he's a knight, right? And it gets a little ridiculous. Also, if I could just have better spells that were actually usable against bosses, that'd be great too. I'm sure I say it's every stream, but like the fact that I'm working with what is essentially the most basic magic in the game to beat this guy, just because like I don't find any of the other magic to be good enough, seems like maybe they could have balanced the magic a little bit better to make at least more of it usable. Also, the fact that so far we've only gotten 3 boss weapons in the entire game so far that have been considered spells. One of which being Toxic Mist, which apparently doesn't even work on this boss. Now, maybe it works on others. But, yeah, like, the whole idea, I would imagine, behind that spell is, like, I use it on bosses that are tanky in order to kind of rip them to shreds. You know, like how you hit tanks or whatever, and then you hit them with damage over time effects, and that's generally the way you go about doing it, because it's percentage based. So that way they're extra HP, not different. I really don't know what's making him stagger. I really wish I did, because if I did, then I could drop it more often. Whenever you see the overhead there, he always only does 2 hits. Oh yeah, it's definitely the flash on the left end. Okay. So, it's ignore the flames, look for the flash when he does it. I was late on that. He's gonna go for a third. Thankfully, I was not enough on the wall for him to hit me there. Debatable on whether or not I should have got hit by that one. I would say, yeah, probably. Thankfully, it didn't work out to be the case and worked in our favor. But, not even close, baby. Alright, we're back to just about now, okay? You have to prove me wrong every time I heal first. That's great. Whenever the camera zooms in like that, I have a very hard time being able to read the attack. That might just be a me thing, because I'm so used to the camera being more zoomed out or whatever. When we go from like third person view to like first person, all of a sudden, after you've been first person the entire time, yeah. Oh, ran out of magic. Yeah, that happens. Right, that happens. That's not great. Yeah. He's waiting for me to use an item or something there is what he was waiting for. He wanted to catch me in the middle of it, just like he wanted to catch me reading there. Would really want the move anytime. Yeah, it screwed me. Okay. What happened there was my dude was still eating the herb or whatever, at which point even when the animation finishes, it still locks you in for like a second or two after it. Because it's like, I don't know, I guess it's still registering you as using the item or something. But because of that, it made my roll a second off. So then when I was spamming it to get the roll out, because I mean, we dodged that attack, what, like 10 plus times so far already? So we know we can dodge that attack, but it's that delay that killed me right there, because I was expecting to be able to roll immediately, but because it stopped me from doing that by that 1 second, it gave it enough time to where my roll was not enough time to get out of it. Yeah. It's just a little game mechanics like that get me killed in this fight a little too often. Trying to think if there's like another spell. Like if I have 2 slots, I would have to imagine that I have another useful spell in this, right? Right? That Soul Guys is gonna take far too long. Soul Bolt, I imagine, will take far too long. Soul Vortex takes forever. Soul Spear Barrage would be interesting. I don't think I've really tried it since we got all the extra cast speed increases. What else would I use instead? Dark Hail? Ugh. If Dark Hail was more consistent, I could consider it, but it just really isn't. So I could take out this, which only has 3 uses, and then I could take out Affinity, which has 9, and essentially does the same thing. If I can't really think of another better one, I may as well try it. Alright, so we have problems. I have 3 Twilight Herb and 1 Wilted Dust Herb. Those are my spell regenerating items that are consumables that I believe that I bought from everybody else. Which, if that ends up being the case, I'm going to have to just farm them for this guy, or figure out a spell combination that requires, or that allows me to kill him without having to use a spell restoration, which I don't think is going to be the case. Like, he's just too tanky for that, sadly. That, or I just don't do enough damage. Like, we don't do a lot of damage, but we do realistically enough to kill him over time. It's not like we're hitting him for like 5 damage or nothing. We might end up farming, mostly because I might actually need these consumable items, which would suck. But I mean, if I gotta do it, then I gotta do it. I hate this boss. It'd be actually the first time we actively farm in this playthrough, so I don't feel too bad about that. The fact that we would have gotten through this many bosses, which I think we really have like 5 areas left, which when you consider like how many there were in the entire game, which I think is like 20 to 25, they come to the last like 80% or so and be like, okay, now I actually have to farm for stats for the late game bosses and stuff. Not too bad. Would I prefer if we didn't have to farm at all? Oh, absolutely. Now, we'll probably never do as much farming as I did in the Bloodborne playthrough that we did. Mostly because I farmed like infinite blood vials. Because if you never played Bloodborne, in that game, essentially your Estus is a consumable item. Except you can have a way more on you than Dark Souls. I think you can have like 25 or something on you at one point. Which sounds like a lot, and it is, but I think overall the blood vials probably still come out to be around the equivalent of the 12 or so Estus flasks that we have. But the good thing about the blood vials is you can use them rapidly in succession. So, like, unlike here, where he's got to take, like, a 10-minute swig of the stuff, like, your dude just, like, downs the blood vials in Bloodborne. Like, this man chugs it like there's no tomorrow. It's like he's in happy hour, and they're like, oh, half price blood vials, and this he's just sitting here, like, downing it. And our guy, though, he's like, I'll just take one. Okay, that feels a little early to be going into that, don't you think so, friend? Yeah, definitely want range for that attack. The closer you are to that, the worse off you're gonna be. I rolled too early and got hit by that one. Hooray. I hit the dude two there, but he only wanted to drink one. I guess he's just not that thirsty. He'd rather die instead. Yep, I knew it. I didn't wait for the third one there. I should have waited for the third one. The greed ever so slightly set in here. We'll certainly do more attempts. Like, I'm not ready to farm. I would still rather fight this guy than farm. But, yeah. Is that enough HP? Well, I guess we're gonna see. We are consistently getting back to the second form. I'm really upset that one attempt that we didn't actually, kill him, because it was easily well-deserved, but then I got cucked by the outer lining of the arena here. Because if he had stuck on, like, see, like, I can't even move around this way, so, like, if I got a roll stuck right here, I'm guaranteed to get hit. Like, you're just done for at that point. And that's not the only area in this place either. There's multiple ones in there like that, which, if you gotta imagine, if there's probably one in every corner, let's say, just that one on every side of the room, you get stuck in any one of those, and you take one of those flame hits from this dude with my build, you're dead. Like, you're actually dead. Really wish I had faith magic right now. By that I mean thunder magic, because I'm like 90% sure that's what his like weakest magic element is to. I'm pretty sure every boss has like one weak magic that they're just like especially weak to. In which case, this one I would have to imagine is thunder, because arcane is not doing that much. Pyro is like the worst. And Dark's doing more than both of them, so I'd imagine either it'd fall in the same line as Dark, or it would be super effective if you want to put in both of these. Probably not talking as much as I want to, but I'm also like half concentrating while talking. If I concentrated full, we would have killed him right now, but where's the I'm loving the Dark Orb usage. Like, the fact that I use consumables to speed it up so we can actually get the real phase being the second phase, like, really doesn't concern me anymore. Like, this guy just needs to die already. Not that it's not a fun fight or anything. The first part of it is fun. The second part of it is still fun. It's just diluted for me by the fact that I get one shot by just about every attack he does. Which I feel like is probably fair to say. I mean, who has fun getting one shot in video games? You one-shotting? Yes, that's fun. The enemy one-shotting you? That's not fun. Unless that's like their entire gimmick, then you're like, alright, I can look past it. But when it's like a boss like this and it's not, like when you get grabbed by a mimic and you get instant one-shot or whatever, right? Like, you're like, oh, I shouldn't have touched the mimic. Like, yeah, that one was me too much in the corner there, so I didn't know when to dodge. Like, that was me being too close to him, and that's me getting back in that same corner again. I don't know. I feel like sometimes I should turn off auto lock, because then I can more freely roam around. The problem with that being, if he's doing that attack, right, and I turn off auto lock, all of a sudden I'm no longer locked onto that, so if it flicks my camera, so like if the attack's right here and I start looking like this and then it flicks my camera like that, then you can imagine how that could relatively disorder me. Okay, I guess I'll just die real quick. Alright, guess I'll use a human FG real quick. Should have just ran in there. Probably should have ranted as long as I did. Well. One more human effigy for the books. It's not like we have 50 plus anymore or anything. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. Actually, that is what I want to do in a second, because of course the human effigy is not going to replace my max HP that I'm going to gain back. Because that makes sense. I don't even know why I want to do that. I guess maybe in the outside, just roaming around, be like, oh, that way you can't use it for extra HP or whatever. And it's like, it's a one-time thing that how many people are going to do that for that specific scenario? Probably not that many, right? So, I definitely think that was a good change between 2 and 3. The fact that Embers end up giving you your full HP back rather than sitting back at a bonfire to regain your max HP, even though you spent a consumable item to do exactly that. I wouldn't say this part is necessarily getting boring, but like, I also wouldn't say we've necessarily mastered this first stage and the fact that we still get hit by it sometimes. But our consistency in getting back to the second stage makes me not like the first stage as much as I used to. Which is probably more so of a sign like, hey, you should probably have killed this already, but you know, yes, one-shot attacks. What are you gonna do? I don't even know where we would end up farming if we did go farm. I guess this area, just for the fact that we're... Well, no, the enemies are kind of tanky here for my build. I'd want somewhere that would give me decent souls and relatively quick kills, of course. Because I want farming as quickly as possible. If that ends up happening. I really don't want to do. Which is why we haven't seen it. Otherwise, if I felt like we really need the farm, like against a tiger, like I would have been farming already. Me farming is not like, oh, it's because, you know, like I don't think I can kill him. I think it's more because I'm outstatted, and me farming here is actually just me being the actually correct level in fighting the boss. Because if you've seen some of our past raids, I believe it was, I don't remember the boss's name 100%, I believe it was Low Sitter, something along those lines, but yeah. That boss I felt extremely understated for. We ended up beating him, but he's also an earlier game boss, and does it have one shot? Well, he does have one-shot attacks, at least where I was at that time. But it was an entire phase. He was also a lot less tanky as well, which helps with that. Like the boss I'm talking about right now, like by the time I dropped this dude down the half, like that other boss probably would have already been dead, straight up. Debatable on whether I should have used that or not. Thankfully, it looks like he's going to let me get away with that. The problem with shooting it there is that it stopped my stamina regeneration. Which is a huge deal for I definitely should have rolled there. Should have got punished. Honestly, probably should have died right away. Dude, these corners get me out of here. Oh yeah, this is why we don't turn auto lock off, because stuff like that happens and it 100% disorients me after fighting the boss the entire time. I rolled right into it. Oh crap. No, not like this. Don't do me like this, fam. Stop getting me in the corners. I hate it. Get me out of here. I'm cursed. Oh my. Finally. Okay, we're not in a corner for once. Woo. Are you kidding me? Now this is why we healed twice. How about Dark Orb too? Just now noticed that. Yeah, was not watching my spell usage. Yeah, rip the Dark Orb. That's until I refund it here, which who knows when that's gonna happen. Ideally after the Soul Spears, that way I can get Soul Spear usage back. Okay, that takes way too long to set up. Holy crap. That should not take that long to set up. Okay, he missed a stab. We might have enough time for this. Not like this, not again. Okay, we got very lucky that that actually took immediately. Had it actually not taken my original input when I had pressed for that item there, we got hit there 100%. Would we have died? No, I think we would have lived with like maybe 5 to 10% HP. Which is, you know, not exactly great, but we would have lived. But also that would have put us in a much spicier spot than we are currently. I need to get out of this corner. I should have used this time to get out of the corner. Shouldn't be using this time to get out of the corner. Yeah, you very much so in this fight need to know when to attack and when to back off. Like, if I'm in a corner, I'm dead. So when I see that happen, when I know I'm in the corner, I need to get out. Like, even at the cost of me not doing damage to him, like, it needs to happen. Because we have relatively all the time in the... Okay. I guess the game's gonna try and kill me right here. Okay, just dodge this, drink two. Okay, so that was the game actively trying to sabotage me right there. So that's fine. I was gonna be extremely upset if that actually ended up because I know that wasn't me. Autolock very much screws with me, especially as a caster. If you've ever used magic in this game, you'll know what I'm talking about, and you'll be like so invested. But well, even as a paper, I'm sure probably. But yeah, definitely a lot worse for ranged, I would say. In the fact that our accuracy 100% essentially relies on auto-lock. Alright, I'm gonna stop talking and concentrate on this last bit of HP, so you'll have to forgive me, but I need to make sure this guy dies here. Don't do me like this. You going in? Okay. That's really one of the last attacks I'm worried about here. So most people who get antsy right here, right? They see that HP bar, they're like, I just spam him to death, he'll die. And it's like, yes, but you also will die. And guess what happens if you both die? It counts you as the L. It's just that easy. I'm pretty sure I said yesterday as well, I just need to come into... I'm pretty sure, like, these are almost my exact words, that I just need to come back into the game with a fresh set of eyes, and this is gonna happen. And look what happened, baby. It's just that easy. Well, was that like 5 attempts today as compared to yesterday? We still almost ran out of Dark Orb in that. We still had Soul Spear, so we would have been fine. We still have Affinity, which is very dicey, because, look how long this takes to set up. That is, if I had to take a random guess at how long that took, in terms of his sword swings, if it's with the small sword, that's 2 hits right there. If it's with the big sword, it's 1 hit, but also I would die, especially in that form. So yeah, this that definitely would have got me killed, which is why I was very hesitant upon taking it. Hey, how you doing? Crown of the Old Iron King. Thank you. Fate heat lingers in ancient. Thank you. What is this, Canehurst Castle? I gotta put on the crown now. I am the king now. Is this it? Oh, that's Warlock Mask. Okay, fair enough. Ah, well, you know, crown would probably be a crown, huh? Crown of the Old Iron King who once ruled this land. This king sunk below the scorching iron, met the one whose name must never be repeated, and became Ichorus Earth? But these were the events of long ago, and today no one even remembers the king's name. I don't believe we've actually ever heard the king's name, huh? Like, I think it's always been mentioned to us as the king. Ah, these stats are, like, kind of garbage, huh? It said that there was, like, a random, heat in the ground, which I would have thought it meant that we need to put this on in order to, progress farther, but it looks as though that's not the case. Maybe we need this for a different area. I did find all the bonfires, so in theory, we should be good. Is it the last of the souls? Oh, well, I guess we still have the Iron Passage. I was like, why do we still have so many? Oh, right, you guys are gonna be up. Oh, good. Don't kill me. Don't do me like this. How many times did we actually get hit in that fight right there? Well, I guess we did use 3 Estus. But we also used, we probably used, what, 2 in between each heal? So if we're going off of that, we used 9, probably like, 5-ish times? 4 of the 5 times overall in that entire fight. So, honestly, not bad.
Bearer of the curse until hope.
Right, these are all going into HP, because if I have to fight that stupid magic-resistant tiger next, I need the HP. I just do. I wanted to wait off so long in this stat, but, like, I just need it at this point. It's gross. It gives you petrify resistance, apparently. Woo! As if that's gonna do anything. Did that straight up? Is that 90 HP? It's giving me 90 HP for 3 levels? Oh my. It feels so useless. What is 90 HP gonna do for me? What is 90 HP gonna do for me? I guess I'll take, I mean, stamina's probably not, no, give it to me. I hate the idea of it. 80k HP, 80k souls for 90 HP. I feel gross after doing that, but I need the HP. I just need the HP. 90 HP for 84k souls? Can't help but feel like I'm getting ripped off. Maybe that's just me. What else? What else do we want? Recollection would be passable if it didn't take so long. Also, if it was tracking, was not hot garbage. So, yeah, that's not happening. Dark Storm, I need a Sacred Chime on me, but I don't have any of those on me. I do, I just never leveled one, so. And switch me back to regular soul arrows for the time being. Let's go try out the Iron Passage before.
Bearer of...
That's not who I wanted to press. There we go. Because this is what we found somewhere between, I want to say these two, is when we ended up finding the Iron Passage. It only has 1, which presumably leads us to what I can only imagine is this one. Because most of these have been filling in as is. Like this led us, or at least in theory would have led us to this. And this, well, this was our main hub. And this was the beginning of the game. So this was the beginning of the game, which led us to the main hub, which allowed us access to this area, this area, this area, and this area. Upon reaching this area, we got fed into here. Eventually, we made our way to here, which eventually led us to here, which led us to here, and you get the idea. So following that general idea, if this is from some other lamp thing that we found in one of the boss's rooms, then I would think that this would be the one that would immediately lead to. In which case, I don't want to think that's the final boss, because we still have plenty of bosses to kill, which if it ends up being the final boss and I end up killing it before the other boss, is going to be ever so slightly upset, because I want to kill all the bosses in this game, but... This way to go. I should also probably put my regular... maybe I need... well, actually, maybe not. Maybe I need the King's Crown in order to be able to open the doors over there. I can see that being a thing. Down there, I'm pretty sure is, like, just straight up death. Like, I think you just straight up die from fall damage. I could be wrong, but it really doesn't look like there's anything else down there. This place again? Okay, so I guess there's some way. Yep, just gonna throw that away. You know what? We're not fighting a boss. Probably gonna be okay. But, yeah, it looks like at some point we'll eventually come back out that way, unless there's somewhere that I actually end up missing. About that, though. Friend required ahead, but be wary of despair. There's never been... Oh, good, boss ahead. Oh, death ahead. Boss, death, poor soul, friend required ahead. This sounds like a great old area. And the 20 million blood piles? I'm sure nobody's gonna come murder me when I pull this. Right? Is that a fire drake behind doors? That is 100% a fire drake behind the doorway. Great. Okay, so something tells me pulling that opens all of these. Is there anything actually worthwhile in me? Apparently there's an item in there. Is it worth all of this nonsense? Probably not. Especially if... Who are you? Who are you? Have we ever met you before? Something tells me. And it doesn't look like that thing's coming to life just yet, so... But we're gonna hold off on pulling that. Did I just get souls for something? No, I got my magic back? Wait, hold on a minute. Is this crown actually OP? Wait a minute, why did I get my magic back? Was I not at 44? Or was I not at 43, but I got refunded back the 44 magic? I don't think I have anything that regenerates magic over time, in which case, yeah. Alright, well, if everybody else died, well, this couldn't possibly go bad for me, right? Because I'm built different? That's how it works. Oh no, that definitely acts as a fire drake. Oh, okay. I'm starting to see why everybody died right here. You know, outside of these guys. Murdering people like me, anyways. Murdering people like me, anyways. Yeah, that's kind of a problem with magic. Once you're committed to the magic, you're screwed if you're screwed. At least when you're a sword fighter, and you're like, that's not gonna turn out well for me. I'm gonna get body bag for it. Then you're like, oh, let me just auto roll cancel out of it. Well, in magic, they're like, oh, have fun getting dunked on. Okay, well, so that went about as what I could honestly have expected of it. Oh, good, that resets every time. Oh, beautiful. All right, so soul spears. Definitely want to line them up and just send soul spears through them. You know, you're supposed to get hit by attracting magic. You know, that's like the whole cell magic thing, you know. They're like, but this one cracks, and you're like, oh baby, and then they're like, 50% of the time, 100% of the time, you're like, wait, what? No refunds? Debatable on whether I should be using my heavier magic here, but considering they two-shot me, I can't help but feel like I probably should. Something tells me that statue in the bag is still shooting fireballs. I don't think it's quite inactive just yet. Now, there was a way we could fall down that way, so I'm gonna have to remember that for later. Maybe it's a limited time door right there? Because I want to say this door opened at one point, in which case, you know, it opened it, and then the statue thing there was shooting the fire drake fireballs at people. But I guess this only lifts it up for a certain amount of time. Did I have to do that all at once, or can I pull it again? You're telling me I had to run past everybody to do that? Oh my, you're joking, right? Well, hopefully I can retry that again, or get to this guy a different way? Like, did this actually even it had to, right? Otherwise, how would it have shot the fireballs through? Thanks again for giving me the magic back. I wish if that was actually the effect the crown's doing for me right now, which is why I had such garbage stats, is it made it up and restoring magic for me. If that ends up being the case, then I might actually upgrade the crown. But So my reasoning for doing this is, if that does indeed actually reset that, we're just gonna run through everybody. We're just, you know, we're... because that always goes well. But we're masters at running through enemies and getting to where we need to go, right? So it can't possibly go too bad. It's just for, like, you know, noobs, right? Pretty sure I just straight up walked right through that firewall, but, you know, honestly, not bad. You can silence my magic? Oh my... And I'm fat rolling? Oh, you're so dead. You're so dead. Where are my skills at? Am I seriously just silenced? Alright, well, I guess I'm gonna get beat to death by a dagger, then. That's really how you want to end up playing this one. Oh! Sick. Can you not use magic either? Is that like a... It must be like some form of silence. Oh, good. Anti-fat roll? Sick. Can I at least use Estus? Do you have infinite usage of that? Or am I like... I mean, I guess as a melee fighter, you like straight up wouldn't care where they gotta do silence for melee attacks. Like, yeah, I'm sure that would do that. You're telling me I can't get a back attack on this dude? Oh my... I can't help but feel like I'm getting trolled right now. This enemy is actually trolling. You fat rolling... Roll that you're telling me that still hit me? Oh my... Is there really no way I can dodge that? You have infinite of it too, don't you? There must be a better way of taking it out here. Am I really expected to do this with a dagger that I have 3 strength for? Oh my... What do you mean I can't backstab? What do you mean I can't backstab him? I'm right behind him! Oh my... Where is this magic? Like, straight up, why is the magic in this game sick if it's not my magic? He's got lightning bolts that track and shoot around the area. He's got thunder spears and stuff. I'm over here working with Soul Arrow. Okay, I guess I'll just die real quick then. Ah, well, that's certainly where I don't want to go. Right. Can I have my magic back, please? At, like, any point here, my magic back would be real nice. I don't even want to touch this yet. Something tells me, oh, good, you're here. Oh, fantastic. Can I seriously still not use my magic? Oh, my gosh. I'm losing it, man. Like, what do I do? Fight him with... my 15 damage dagger? Woo! That's gonna do something. Oh, okay, thanks for that. Crimson water. Oh, yeah, but you get to use magic, but I can't use magic? I see how that is. Can I use my magic now? Oh, baby's not around anymore. The spell effect wore off. Where are you at, bud? Ah, crap. Now you have everybody. Well, you know what? Maybe I don't want to see you anymore. You know, when I think about it, let me kill off all your friends first, and then we'll deal with you. Oh boy, here we go back to doing negative damage again. It must be the crowd effect. I never get this much magic regen back. It must be the crowd. Which would have been a very nice thing to say on the ground, because I absolutely would have upgraded if that's the case. The fact that it's giving me, I want to say, like, good by any means, but the fact that I'm at least getting some magic regen could potentially actually save me in boss fights. Or in just even walking around fights. Yep, just gonna spam this until you die and just keep running into it. Thankfully the AI is kind of dumb at points. Like, they just don't seem to get like what staggering is at some points, and it really makes life a lot easier. Right, now I need to take him out without, or I need to draw this one over here so she'll fight me. The problem with that is, unless I get close to her, she's not going to do it, and if I get closer to it, Then I'm gonna activate this nerd over here. So it looks like we're gonna be having a soul arrow fight. Hope everybody enjoys me spamming magic. But that's kind of what this game leads me to at this point. It's telling me the explosion is still behind me? Oh my. Thank you, finally. Now we can spam you with Dark to death. And not exactly what I want to do. I kind of want to save that for later in the exploration here, but it's clearly something you require with how just tanky you are with magical attacks. Come on. Ooh, you were so close. I was real scared about that one. Ooh, I just, Yes, please, back off when you're doing a melee fight. That, against a ranged wall thing, so that makes total sense. Absolutely not. That will actually one-shot me when it goes off. As we figured out before from listening to other people, definitely not my own experience of getting hit by that attack. Yeah, that's right. Will you just die already? Oh my. Really should not have taken that one. Debatable use of Nestus, but really I just want to blow this guy to pieces right now. Like, I just want to nuke him on sight. Useless not being able to use magic, it's getting real old. I don't care if I use all my soul sphere. I hate everything about this guy. Gosh, I thought you were gonna be a friend. I thought we were gonna have a great time together doing all this, and you had to go and screw it up, did you? We could have been friends. Alright, there's one more item in there. May as well check. I don't know what way this leads, but it seems to be leading us somewhere else. I would imagine the other way didn't. Alright, so that's 3 guys in there. That's not what you want to see when I have, like, no magic left. No good magic either. Like, I've got Dark Orb, which is probably enough to kill one. Soul Geyser might be able to hurt another, and then we're straight back down the Soul Arrow. Oh boy. Okay, can I just... Like, can I not fight all 3 of you at the same time? Like, can you guys get roasted by the Drake over there first? That would be ideal. Just if you would, please. Oh my, 4 HP, dude. Chill. We have consumable HP items, so it shouldn't be too bad. Really? Your leash stops there all times? Thanks for the mana regeneration. This crown is actually cracked. I actually need to upgrade this thing. Even if the stats are garbage, just the fact that I can get magic back at times like this in order to be able to do it is too good. I threw again. I was like, oh, I'll kill all of them, pull the lever back down, and right, the lever doesn't go back up for me to pull it back down. So, rip to exploring this area on this attempt. But we can still pick up the items from this area, and then I guess teleport back to the other one, unless we want to, like, yeet ourselves off the side somewhere. Wasn't there 2 items? Yeah. Oh. Simpleton Spice. That was... Faith? I want to say it's Faith. See if I was right on that or not. I could see it being intellect. It's intellect. Skeptic Spice for Faith. There we go. Man, thinking for more than like 2 seconds kind of OP. Pointless ahead, therefore be wary of pull. Well, considering we're blocked off from the other areas, it not necessarily so pointless, but we'll see what we have behind us here before we check that out. Leaves us back to here. We already killed the witch lady out here, so that's not a problem. We could just snipe these guys, realistically, like we wanted to. But it doesn't really seem like that's going to get us anywhere. And it looks like you have to go through that. You have to go through that spot there, otherwise you're forced down this way. By that spot, I mean the gated off area. It's kind of what we're forced to now that we were looking for items. So, rip to that. Thanks, Crown, but I think I've got it covered from here. Alright. So not exactly ideal. Like I totally brain farted, which is 100% what those enemies are there to make you do, because you know how they're all coming out of the cages and stuff, right? They're trying to body block you from going to through that way, which can only make me think that there's good items through there. I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade this crown because I'm already working at reduced stats from losing the other crown's levels, or the other headgear, I should say. In which case, I kind of need the help even that out because I already don't have stats as is. Hey, fail. I don't know why I picked repair when there was nothing to repair. You kind of right. Where's it at? It's gonna be like all the way at the bottom, isn't it? Of course it is. Alright. It takes Twinkling Titanite? Okay. We got plenty of Twinkling Titanite. That's fine. Were we only able to get a +5 with it? Wow, okay. Maybe it's considered a special armor by that. That's rude. I don't have many more Titanite chunks for that. I have large Titanite shards for those, though. Titanite chunk. I mean, it's stats, so sure. I don't have any more for that. Did I miss other things? We did what? Leggings. I didn't do the top? Yeah, but we don't have... Now, I did the top, I did the leggings, I did the helmet. My arm pieces? Is that what I'm forgetting? Maybe I'm just scrolling too fast through and I didn't see it before. I could be blind, but I'm just like not seeing it right now.
I'll be around.
I'm using right now, like arm pieces. Dark gauntlets plus. Oh, because they're maxed out already. Okay. Yep, that did. Yeah, okay. Thanks, Crown. It's kind of at full right now, but I appreciate the thought nonetheless. You guys don't refill on consumable spell items, do you? I'd really enjoy that if you didn't. I'm glad that you're well as well, but also I could use some like magic regeneration spells if you would. Oh baby, poison mist, give me psych. We could upgrade our regular pyromancy flame, but on the off chance that we somehow get a better one, because I have 4 fire seeds left, but we've maxed out the other pyro glove. Which presumably we would get another one, but maybe that's the only one after that. Is it too loud? It might just be on my side. Let me turn that down a little bit. Okay, that's better on my side. It just sounded really loud for me, I guess, when I had put it down. It moved the scrolling wheel on my volume for my headset. Right, you still sell garbage magic. Guess we did that. Let's go check out our boss suit, soul dude, and see what's up with that. How is this not done yet? We have 11 souls now. I don't even have another weapon in there. It must be from the iron place. Otherwise, I have no idea where else souls I need to be able to finish that soul. It's got to be good, right? I mean, we literally had to kill a boss for one of the souls for a part of it, and then I had to go around that entire area and collect another 10. And it's still not done. So this weapon better blow me away when I finish this boss soul, otherwise I'm going to be upset.
So, if you bigger.
Yeah, bigger, stronger souls, I can get you. Still no magic, by the way. How many weapons we got here? 2, 4, 6, 8, not, what, 9 across? So what, 17 boss soul weapons that are all melee? And then another 3 that are magical, and all these magical attacks blow. Sacred Oath might be good, but just thinking about it, it takes up 4 slots of spells, potentially. And what it does for you is temporarily boost your attack and defense to everyone around you. So if you're playing solo, you get an attack and defense boost, which you don't even know by how much. I'm sure there's probably numbers out there on the internet by now that tell you, but yeah, just a stated attack and defense buff for 4 slots of your magic, which considering I have 7 would be over 50%, which is just not realistic. Toxic Mist, as we've seen so far, hasn't worked on the bosses that I've tried it on, so not worth it. Heavy Homing Soul Arrow just takes too long to go off and really didn't even home that well. But you also can't use those souls for anything else, so you kind of just have to deal with it, sadly. We already have a +1 of this ring, so it's not really needed. I have no idea what this ring does. Absorb souls in place of the liquor. I have absolutely no idea. Maybe it's a storyline thing, I don't know. Increasing intelligence will be fine, but just really don't care for it that much. I have Sunlight Blade, so I don't even need to buy it from it. I guess I could get multiple uses of it, but we also can't apply anything to our weapons. Ah, you suck, dude. You actually suck for mages. Just throwing it out there. Okay, well, that's all I really wanted to check. On the off chance that somehow that soul ended up giving us a good weapon from the boss or something, which I doubt. If it gave me the magic that he used on his sword, maybe we'd be talking, but it did not. So, yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Alright, so we checked the 2 rooms. So the entire plan is to just run through, heal, hope for the best, essentially. Right, so hope for the best, essentially, is what I'm saying. The jump attack was good. Me getting body blocked by the dude in front of me into the wall, which apparently just was not enough room for me to roll past him. Yeah. It's a very trial and error spot right there. I mean, it just is what it is, unless there's some way I can realistically influence the enemies here. Then, yeah, it's just gonna be a matter of luck. Will you just pull it? But he was like, I'm gonna pull that, psych, and then tries to, like, run out of it. Could not care less about this one that I ended up dropping right there. I just took that one straight to the face. What do you mean I didn't get it? Robbed? Actually robbed. What was that? It was coming down, but I had already rolled. Like, I should have been in there. Wow, whatever. It's fine. We've been in there before. We could clearly do it again. But it... You know, beginner's luck. What was it? The second time we figured out how that mechanic was going to go down? Second time's the charm. Will you just pull it? My dude is trolling right now. Alright, so if we go left, right, how bad is it? Bad when you get shot by 3 of those. Okay, so it's right, left, right, straight. Is what I'm seeing right here. This this actually kind of feels like Resident Evil right now. With the extra modes, one of the things I believe it was in 2 was like the enemies would be there, but they wouldn't actually be like fully activated yet, so you could run around them without having to deal with them, and is sort of giving me similar vibes in that there is a line, like a perfect line, shall we say, in which case you debate them all one way, go the other way, and then it's worked out. Yeah, you're gonna stop my spells, I hate you, too. Oh, that wasn't even the spell stopping one. That was just making me fat. Oh, oh no, I'm so... Actually, that kind of sucks, because then I'm gonna... And you're right here, of course you are. Tell me the other dude didn't follow me. Oh no, now my magic died because of reasons. Oh, sick. Well... Oh, because you're in now too, of course you are. You're actually the worst. Alright, well, based on that, I have to kill everyone in the room. By that, I mean those 2 plus the, other one chilling out there on the off chance that it tries to come through. Okay, guess I'll just die then. So all those levels I put in the faith, you know, the thing that Rhys, your lightning defense kind of just meant nothing, huh? Like, he just kind of throws a spear and I get one shot. Yeah, okay. Alright, let's just look at our lightning defense real quick. Ah, you know, 155 base. Not even including our magical defense off our gear here. Which even if it's not that much, if we're assuming it's just shaving off like base damage based off of your armor or whatever, that's an extra 200 plus damage that it would have cut off. Yet I still got utterly okay, I guess I'll just die then. Yeah, I mean, this part's just gonna be trial and error. If I could realistically kill all of those enemies and then run through, I would, but we're just not at the level to one-shot them out of the way to give us enough time. Like, when it takes me like 5 or 6 dark orbs to kill somebody, and there's 4 of them in my way, yeah, no, we would never have enough time. I could kill maybe... A dude is trolling me, man. This is happening way too often. When you just pull it... There we go. Happy feet. Don't take my magic away. I just lock on to him? Okay, I guess I didn't want to use my magic anyways, thanks, game. I gotta log on to him, so I gotta stop him from doing exactly that, which is just great. I need to lose him at some point, which would be fine if I could. If I could melee fight him, I would, but it won't even give me the backstabs on this guy. Which is like weird in this one. It's like you have to hold R1. I don't know if that's the same as 3, but it feels different. Maybe that's just me. Like, can I have a backstab? There we go. Oh, yeah. 400 damage. Woo! If I had any form of physical defense right there, you'd beat any physical damage, I should say. Any strength, as it were. You'd be dead. But no! I have 3 strength. So, yeah, that's not really happening. Come on! What's wrong? You don't want to stop me from using my magic? It'd be a shame if I wore it off, huh? Oh. It missed. Oh, you made me fat? Oh, I'm so scared of fat rolling. You really showed me. And you're dead. Alright, now as long as we don't aggro that one over there, we have one to deal with, which is just farming with Dark Orb, really. Just for stones. Are you spawning behind me? Yeah. They do really like trying to get behind me. That's not how this is supposed to work out. It's working out fine now. We have her in the corner here, so we can kind of just spam her. And, like, we do enough stagger to where she should never get a spell cast off as long as we keep it consistent. Ah, you know, unless Dark Orb's slower than the Thunder Magic, which, well, yeah, apparently it is. That is the thing about Dark Magic, though. It's relatively slow, but it hits harder, and it seems to have more, like, knockback / flinch / whatever you want to call it that is keeping her from proceeding forward there. The damage is so sad on these guys, but considering my strength is 3, we even tried the dagger and it was like just as bad. Alright, good, you're dead. I'm considering popping a human effigy just to have enough HP to potentially get through this, which I think I'm gonna do. We have essentially 50 of them. Why not actually use them? Is it gonna cost us some Estus to make sure we get back to it? Yes. I'm willing to do it, more or less. Okay, how do we want to do this? So there's only 3 of these. It doesn't stop me from getting one shot. By that I mean I got stabbed twice by 2 thrust attacks, but they also body blocked me. But I think I have a little more time in that one because I don't have the 4th one Just hanging out right in front of me. All right. Well, and I mean, we knew. I knew what I signed up for in this, which was going to be trial and error until this actually turned out to work out. If I had a shield or something that I could just hold while running through there, that'd probably make it so much easier. But, like, I think the biggest shield I can hold is like a leather shield or something, which is basically useless. Alright, just... I'd really rather that you didn't kill me, but it kind of ruins the whole idea of having the human effigy, but that's fine. I really just cannot get caught in that run. Maybe this is what the invisible roll is, like, sick for? Like, maybe they'll lose aggro enough for me to be able to do what I need to do? I was gonna take off the ring, but the ring also gives us increased stamina, so I would also lose stamina off of that, which I hate the idea of. But it feels like I just barely have enough stamina as it is to be able to run through and dodge effectively to do what you need to do. Alright, there it is. Don't do it, you cunt. Alright, you can make me fat roll, that's fine. I could care less about fat roll. When I can't use my own magic is when we start having problems here, friend. I don't really want to use Dark Orb on him, but I need to make sure that he can't stop me from using magic. That is a cursed spell. Like, you take that in the PvP against a caster that can't use physical damage by any means, you're kind of just screwed, like me. But we're not doing it for PvP, so that's fine. But something to consider if you're thinking about PvP is oh well, that's good. Okay, good. It was just damage. I can deal with damage. You do the one-shot back attack where I start drawing blood. It's so sad, but like, it's really my only damaging spell at this point. The damaging is probably debatable in and of itself right there, with 42 damage going on. But at the very least, it staggers her. It's probably the best way to put that. Really not that hard of an enemy to deal with. But, you know, sometimes I get lucky. Absolutely not. Yeah, you can with that. I'm just gonna heal real quick. I must be missing some, like, OP spells or something. It really feels like in this one that they, like, all of your good spells come from exploring. In which case, I think I just missed, like, a very magic-heavy area or something. It kind of makes me think of the Snow World, because I did find multiple magics there. Also, all the enemies are very magic-resistant there, which would make me think that they would have, like, good spells and stuff. Alright. Probably a waste. I just want to have as much max HP as we can have here. Well, you just pull it! He trolls me every time, man. Alright. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. We're out. Okay, good. No, you have to die. You have to die. I can't have you potentially screwing me over in a fight. How did you possibly... What's that rage? You just wait until I have my magic back, then all of a sudden, all bets are off. This lasts for so long. Oh my... Did you imagine being in this situation with this status as a caster and your only damage is magic damage? Like, you'd be screwed. Like, you'd just be screwed. Which I guess, I'm sure, is like the idea for it, but like, come on. Alright. Down. Pointless ahead? Fantastic. Well, there's an item, so maybe not necessarily pointless. Who are you? Oh, yeah, you're that guy. So it definitely seems like this area up here was the right way. I guess it's... Who cocked me on my magic? Is there another one of you down there? There must be another one of you down there. Why is my magic still Item ahead? Holy. Shortcut ahead? Now that's what you like to see. But also, apparently I'm missing items back in the other area. So we'll probably go back into the other area after we find maybe like a bonfire or something here. Oh good, it's probably a boss. Oh good ass. I knew it. I was like, maybe I could get a third one out fast enough to be able to deal with this range. Happy feet. Okay, well, not happy enough. Alright, well, didn't necessarily dodge it, but when he shoots you into the side of the wall, it certainly helps. I should say? No, it's my next. Gosh! Stop. Please, I don't have essence for this. I would rather take him in his sword fighting stance at this point. He's a lot less accurate in that than he is the auto-targeting bow. This is just poor dodging on my part, but I'm also working with very little room here. Like, I have enough for maybe like one roll worth before I end up going off the edge of the map and having to deal with Bozo over there, which I would really rather not. If I didn't have to. Old growth ball, thanks. Possessed armor sword? Now you caught my interest. Really? That's all that was for? I guess it's supposed to be. Ow! Stop! Why would okay, I guess I'll just die then. Fog wall, but then there's other stuff. Okay, so we went all of this way. Apparently it's just a shortcut. So, you know, at some point, maybe it'll be worthwhile. I can't even target this dude. He's so far away down there, I can't even target him. Well, I guess we better go see if this is a boss and whether I'm gonna get killed by Big Boy here or not. I would imagine I would, but let's see if we get lucky here. Oh good, Smelter Demon again? What is this? Oh my. I need a regular Smelter Demon, yeah, you expect me to beat crack Smelter Demon? Or you can say? Maybe I'm supposed to take your Smelter Demon and put it onto the Smelter Throne? Perhaps. Real sorts of speed. Okay. This is why we don't beat other Smelter. Oh, I'm out of essence. Right, because I do. Sick. I don't know what that did. Just gonna, I have no idea what that did. I'll throw a few here like this, but like realistically, I don't know if we're gonna win this first round. Anything like other Smelter Demon. Although it does seem like we have a bit more room to work with Smelter Demon. Don't exactly know why that's going to take. Don't get me wrong, I'm just not 100% sure why it is. I'm just trying to figure out his combo moves right now, which is why I'm not being as rude as I could be. Oh good, you're applying effects to your weapon. That's great. Did I start doing full damage to you yet, or are you still going to keep making you half damage? Ow. Ow, shit. That was a line attack out of his sword, by the way, in case you missed that. Oh, good. So instead of fire damage on your sword, you do magical damage on your sword this time. Woo, really creative. They had to think real hard for that one. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem. Yikes. We can check out the other way. As for being that guy, there's gotta be a bonfire or something ahead, right? Right? I don't have the magic to be doing this every time. I just don't. And especially with my very quickly depleting consumable items. Right, I'm on Soul Arrow. Wait, that's what you see. I do not take my magic away from me. Don't be like this. I saw it coming around the corner. Yeah, I mean, I need Dark Orb for boss fights. I just do regular soldiers and aren't doing what I need to do. Oh, you fell down here. Oh, it'd be a shame if you got dunked on for it. No stopping people from casting magic. What's wrong with you? Oh my, it actually did it. I don't know how close I can get to him is like the thing. Because if I trigger everyone else on the other side of the map, then all of a sudden we're gonna have a lot more problems with dodging his attacks. Even fat rolling I can dodge. Come on. That attack's a bit more back, I'll give you that one. I have my magic back at any point. Just, you know, at any point. Oh, you're so done for. Okay, I guess I'll just die in 2 hits. Dude, where is this thunder magic in my life, and when do I get it? It must be at the 50, 60, like, thunder magic. None of it. I don't have access to any of this thunder magic. I really hope I get some at some point, which requires more in faith, but I need HP. I need it. I want it. I need it. Okay, so we need to snipe that dude or something. Like, as soon as we see him, like, he needs to be gone. Okay, it looks like we were able to pull this guy without actually aggroing the other. The witch lady, on the other hand, that's gonna be a real pain between her, him, and all the other armored boys out here. Yeah, wow. Why do all the Smelter Demon areas just suck? Like, this is not it. What are you just saying about the enemy? I'm just like trying to throw 360 spells out here when I'm like just trying to live. You did not just come right now. Get out of here. Absolutely no. 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 I hate everything about you. This man really stops my magic, throws magic at me, and then runs away. You're an actual. You're so lucky that you have so many people today. Like, look at all this pain I have to get to to even get to this. Now, mind you, I can't replace like half of these consumables. Backstabbing? No, I guess this is not backstabbing out here. That's a really good deal. Okay. In the middle of my cast? You couldn't even let me shoot off the one in the middle of my cast. Really? I hate everything you are. I can't even stop him from doing it. He's got my magic locked down. You're the worst. Oh my. Now you're like the hardest enemy in the game. It's like the most annoying. It takes away my one actual damaging potential. Screw everything about you. Oh my. And now we get shot from the back. Yeah, well, I guess I see why the other way was considered a shortcut here. No. I'm so screwed. Oh, that was please. Anything. How do you still have some... Okay, I guess we'll just strike 3 times to the same spot. Oh, those dudes are actually the worst. Is there a ring or something? Is there a ring? Is there magic that I can use that to stop that from happening? Because that is making this so much harder than it needs to be. So much harder. I almost want to fight regular Smelter Demon now, because he was in an earlier area, so presumably he would be easier. And then I would have an idea for this fight, because I imagine the only thing they probably changed about this is him using arcane damage or fire damage. You're really still blocking? Oh. I'm gonna end up getting hit by this, of course I am. Glad that 90 HP is coming into play. Why did that dude come out last? What is triggering that dude to come out now? Is it must be her, right? Maybe? Because she's aggro and then she's like, oh, they gotta call out the dude that lives and stops him from using magic. I hate you so much. Oh my, you're everything that I hate in an enemy. Stop me from doing any of my own damage. heal the enemies around you, and not even do anything at the end of it. You're just like a straight up troll enemy. I hate you. No way that hit me. Okay, it didn't. Yeah. That hit me? I was even farther that time, and you're gonna tell me that hit me? You're so cold. Oh my. And now fat rolling me, and she's still aggro on me. It's like the worst timeline. Okay, guess I'll just... Like, this area is not even that hard. It's just this dude is cooking me. Oh boy. Maybe we'll try regular Smelter Demon. You know what? Let's give that a break for a second. Let's try regular Smelter Demon. Let's figure out how regular Smelter Demon works. And then we'll figure out Smelter Demon 2.0. And then maybe we'll figure out a way how to deal with that. Okay, well, give me a human effigy here. And then sit back in the bonfire, because I couldn't possibly get my HP back. No, man. Alright, so Smelter Demon. We can use really close spells, because we are in a very close environment there. Excuse me. Toxic Mist. Oh, maybe Whisper of Despair. It takes so long to go off, though. We're in such a tight corner. And Soul Spear Barrage, though, might actually end up working out here because of how close we are. Soul Bolt? Let's get weird? I don't know, let's get weird. We're supposed to gotta do it here. Could you die a little quicker, please? Trying to get to the actual boss here. We don't even two-shot those guys. We're still three-shotting them here. Okay. This other guy gonna definitely roaming around to the back end. Alright, didn't want to use two there, but that's great, I guess. And now I'm going back outside. Yeah, clearly haven't been in this area. Ow. Chill. Just stop. We have our incense dude here, so in theory we could get ourselves thunder magic through the use of our skeptics. Maybe. I don't know how much we actually have on us here. Right. Give me my baby heals back. I don't want to keep using Estus for this low amount of HP loss. We only have one spell of restoration left, huh? Well, that. There we go. Okay. Let's take that. Get ourselves some free fire defense from the water usage thing. Oh yeah, apparently this ballista is to shoot this guy. I figured this out in this area because I figured out that, yeah, there was hidden doors in this area. Kind of allowed me to go this way instead of the other way. Did it make a huge difference? Yeah, not really. I mean, you know, outside of the fact that that guy doesn't see me, like, ooh, got him. Like, that made a huge difference. I found it nonetheless. Can we not? Oh my. Why do I need to take all the damage before the Smelter Demon? Even when we were originally trying Smelter Demon, at least it feels like we're doing a lot better in this area. Are they really still giving me like 750 souls for three-shotting these guys? Well, if we have to end up farming, this is the area we farm. There's plenty of these guys to deal with. It really... I know it's the one on the bridge. I should kill. I think there's gonna be another one on the side. Yeah. Okay. Randomly lost aggro. Flying with me. It's your death. Yeah, somehow we aggroed that dude from all the way over there. Yeah, come on. I know you're coming. Come on. Oh, he's so confident in himself. He thinks he can take on... well, you know, he tried. I wouldn't mind the crown giving me back some of my magic, though. I don't know how much we'll need for this smelter. I gotta imagine it's probably still about like 30 minutes. Ha! Well, I need to get it rolled off the edge of the map. I've never done that before. Stupid. That's why you're the NPC. Got him. Can I run past you and just go through there? Probably not, right? Because there's like still 2 archer bros over here. Well, that's alright. How do we want to potentially go about it? I guess throw one back up, hope the other one misses behind me. You seriously? Just barely wiggled on it like that. Probably shouldn't use consumables at this point, with only 7 Estus, but we'll see. You gonna shoot me before I can access this? Probably, so let's just... there it is. I didn't even hear it go off, but I knew it had to be somewhere close to me. Alright, regular Smelter Demon. It's been a minute. How's it going? Did it just say how much health this dude actually has? I refuse to believe that this man only has 12. Maybe he does? I don't know. I mean, we are kind of slow. There's no way he's at 1250 though. Maybe it's arrow dude behind us. I mean, it's still doing damage, so... My game is beautiful. I remember when we were just yeah, so maybe we're over leveled for this fight, but we're also a mage that's gonna get wrecked by any of his physical damage. And now he has fire damage on top of it. Trying to figure out what I actually have a chance of using Sword Barrage. Probably never. Yeah, no, that's important. Just gonna have to go with a no on that one. Soul Bolt? Well, hopefully it does damage. It kind of did damage, if you don't think about how much it did. 45 inches, by the way, to use that spell to shoot a line of magic along the ground. Right, you have a line attack at the end of your overhead once you have your flame sword. Before then, you don't, but yeah, okay. Well, then, he's clearly doable. Like, the fact that we almost just one-shot him after coming back to it. Yeah, so he's definitely doable. Soul Spear Barrage, get out of here. Soul Bolt, get out of here. Something tells me Pyro probably not gonna be working too well on this dude. Recollection it can't possibly miss, right? I mean, it's basically right in front of the dude. And then I guess just something else that we would want, which would be these all require chimes. What else would we want here? Actually, great sword? Not really. If Soul Vortex didn't take forever, then it'd probably be fantastic on him because he moves so slow. And because Soul Vortex moves so slow, he would just be like standing in a constant dot, essentially. It sounds pretty good. It's just, the cast time is just so long. Give me homing crystals. When in doubt, an attack that I can just set and forget is like where I'm looking. It doesn't take any extra effort on my part outside of actually doing it, in which case we can actually just focus on dodging. That generally leads to better time. For my HP bar anyways. I don't think it should take too long to kill this boss. Like, we're still kind of feeling out the combos since it's been a bit, but so far it really does not seem that bad. I could even put on my fire resistance ring And then the problem will probably still go back to generally doing physical damage. Gotta strip a ton out of that guy. He dropped an item. It's probably just gonna be like a millionth piece of armor that I have, but I'll take it. Yeah, that's about what I figured. So this ground's only really giving me like 1 or 2 spells back on the current equip spell that I have, right? But think about that in terms of it potentially giving me back the Soul Spear or Crystal Geyser, one of those magics, where I only get like 1 or 2 to begin with. That's like insane. When Crystal Geyser actually works, it works. When it doesn't, it's like worth Soul Spear though. Soul Spear is like definitely one of the better spells in the game. It's just more consistent, and the piercing on it is very nice as well to have. We should be able to stand like right here and can't get it. Although it moves. Alright, we know the guy's triggered over there, so if you would just die real quick, that'd be great. Okay. So, you just want me to spam you to death, or like, what I'm doing here? Well, you know, you tried. You almost made me fell off the edge before you killed me. I'm giving you credit for that. If I just had, like, any form of physical defense, these bosses really would not be as bad as they are. But I also wouldn't necessarily be a ranged mage unless at that point. Now, the roll there was to make sure that an arrow didn't hit me. Of course, we ended up getting hit anyway. Kind of mitigated the point of me doing that, but, you know. You guys are still insanely fast, you know that? The fact that you're cleared like half the map in like a few seconds is ever so slightly ridiculous. We're gonna pull you in here. I just don't want to take any more nonsense damage from the elite archers. Remember when these guys were like actually a problem for us? Those were like horrible times. Then I'd end up having to deal with them far too long. Did the other one fall off the edge of the map or something? Where'd that man go? He just like pieced out? Okay. Or did I kill him? No, I didn't kill him, did I? I'm trying to target the dude shooting at me. That would make the most sense here, game. But whatever way you're feeling. Okay, I guess I'll just roll off the edge of the map. Yep, I felt it. As soon as it went to the second roll, I knew it was going to happen. Gosh. I don't even think we need full HP to kill this boss. I think, or full max HP, I should say. But they'd be nice. Alright, come on, get out of here. This is the annoying part of Smelter Demon. Like, the boss is less annoying than actually getting back. Smelter Demon 2.0, though, it's the opposite case, so far at least. It seemed like we were doing relatively decent damage to it, despite not really knowing what exactly we were supposed to do, or exactly how we were supposed to do it. Probably a better way of saying it. I guess that dude comes up the stairway, he's gonna get a face full of dark orb on the off chance that he's chasing me from down there. It doesn't look to be the case. It makes me think that he's actually caught on something right now. No, he's just chilling down the stairway. Okay. He's like, you don't finish with them so we can do our 1v1. And it's like, yeah, I got you. Still giving like 700 souls plus for these guys. It's really good for where we're at. Now, granted, do we need, I don't know, probably closer to like 30k souls now or something for like a level? Yeah. But if I put on the ring that gave us extra souls for killing enemies on top of it, then maybe we get, I don't know how much it gives. I want to say it probably gives like 45% or so. So, you know, we'd probably be looking at a little closer to like 900 off of that, which is not bad, in which case you'd have to kill like 30 enemies or so. Considering this area has quite a decent amount to it, yeah, it wouldn't be too hard. I really wish I didn't have to use all my dark orb to kill you guys. But I want to save the rest of my magic for bosses if at all possible. Okay, go ahead and get an attack in before I throw my magic. Now that's just cheap. After this. That's not much. And we know if we just run up to that guy, the other guy's in aggro immediately, which is why we're sniping him there. Yep, come on. There's like 2 steps on somebody, and it's like, oh, it's time to go. Yep. Alright, gotta move up enough so the archer can see you before this guy will actually attempt to attack. Easy kill. We got 2 more coming. Just start sending orbs down there. The AI is dumb and we'll run straight into it. Barely had enough stamina, but easy kills. We're gonna run out of Dark Orb before we even get to the boss, though. We're probably gonna have to use restoration for that, which sucks. We can take another arrow if need be. I'm probably gonna need a roll move for that. Alright, okay, calm down. You calm down over there. The fact that we do half damage to this guy while he's lighting up his sword is nonsense. Like, why shouldn't we punish the boss for making a setup move? Right? Like, doesn't that seem fair? If they're gonna set up us, we should be able to punch them for setting up. Like, when I take like 20 minutes to cast my magic and they hit me, they're like, oh, this is completely fine. A boss enchanting their weapon? Oh, no, that could have possibly been. Oh, we're already at that point? Oh, well, okay. Yeah. Dead. Not to say that didn't hurt him. You didn't light your sword on fire? You just made the map. My soul, you guys. Nice. And dude got the I liked, but it refunded it, so you know, I guess you can't be too mad at that. Oh, it refunds all of your magic. Like, I used to have 0 dark orb, now I have none. Okay, brown kind of. Excuse you? Telling me I don't believe me. Okay, so actual thrust attacks do not do the fire. It's just the overheads, gotcha. That was something I was hoping to confirm here. Thankfully confirm that. Well, you know what? This is why we have it. So we can take thrust attacks and get damage on. Okay, this guy just 360'd me before I could even take out Nessus. Yeah, but I feel like that's a little ridiculous, but okay. My man straight up just 360 sword scope. Yeah, I don't know. Serious? Ah, this is the worst part. Can I just run? No, I can't. I remember. We've tried this before. And then all of these guys gang up while I'm at the door and then they kill me. That's like the big thing, right? Oh, that's so lame. Just let me fight the boss. What? Why do we need to have 20 enemies before fighting the boss? Like, wow, chill. You calm down. This fight's doable. Like, this is nowhere near Fume Knight or the Tiger or anything anymore. Thankfully, it was for like a while. We just like did not have the HP or the damage. We took quite a break from actually trying to Smelter Demon, but now that we're back, we can kind of just like pub stomp him if we stop getting trolled. Don't like that my max HP is down. It's gonna make it a lot harder to live through some of those thrust attacks that he's got now. I kept waiting on the overhead for the fire stream outside of the sword, because whenever they do the overheads, that's generally a good it's generally a good attack to hit on. That hiccup's coming on. I don't know why. I don't know why that's happening. Can we not respect the 1v1, please? Thank you. There's gotta be somebody on the side of me. Yep. Really? You would there's clearly more optimal ways of doing this. Like we did before, we could just pull them in here. That's going to give us the range, in which case we can just nuke them with our magic. They hate elevation, so we'll just... I mean, this is like the ideal way that you would want to deal with them. I'm just being... The impatience is setting in right now, just because it feels like we just ended up killing this boss already. Kind of got choked out. Magic without auto aim. They put in real work here. That's probably why like half the magic in this game actually auto aims itself, or it has like some form of homing, because without auto lock on, it's actually unusual. Alright, we have just enough to take them both out. Alright, well if we take both themselves out then. They're gonna come running back up here at some point, but we might be able to get away with not having to kill some of these guys. Yeah, he kind of just threw his arrow away, so I'm just gonna... Okay. You know, when you're gonna hit the broadside of the barb with your arrow there, I was really thinking we were gonna be able to run through there, but then you pulled out the sword and like turned on your eyes or something, but that's... I think we're okay missing that amount of HP. That should be okay. Ideally, I want to get this guy as low to his second phase as possible, and then hit him as hard as I can, so that way we can get full damage. Are you serious? I think the problem is, like, his hits don't necessarily stagger me, they just which makes me think that they don't hit me, and is kind of deceptive. Because at least when I feel, you know, like the rumble or something, it's like, okay, I know I got hit, whereas, you hit me for a third of my health, and then it not have any form of rumble to suggest that you hit me. Ooh, you made the area so dark, so spooky. I'm all scared now. You have to see my damage is already half. That's no good. Why did you go for 84 and then that hit for 210? That makes no sense. Well, this okay, guess I'll just die then. I mean, they got me pretty locked in the corner there. Oh boy, it's gonna be another one of these areas. Why could we not just have an open area? Can it just be a little more open? Like, this dude probably takes up like half the area by himself. Like, do I just, like, there's enough room for me and him and maybe one rolls lane, and that's it. Like, in terms of like the width of that area. Before I start rolling into the side of the map, and whenever I roll into the side of the map, I just may as well be like, okay, I guess I'll die then. Because that's generally how that works out for us. Come on. Yeah, the impatience is already setting in. That's kind of a problem. Like, when we fought the Fume Knight, I came into the stream fresh. I was, like, ready to kill this guy. We had a little bit of practice on him beforehand, between last night and earlier today. But now that I'm switching bosses, and I know he's a lot easier than Fume Knight, I'm not necessarily giving him the same boss respect level as the Fume Knight, which is probably getting me killed a little more than I'd like. I mean, it just feels good to do damage to the boss for once, you know? Like, you hit him for like 210, and when we were hitting the Fume Knight for 75 to 128 a hit, and you're like, this feels so good, and you actually see the HP bar go down for once. You're like, why is it just every boss? And then apparently the spot's just good, and they're gonna send 2 more after me, so why move, right? Really wish I could save my spells here, but they kind of still do too much damage, which is every enemy in this game that does physical damage. And apparently magic, because, like, at least from what we're seeing, it seems like my magical defense stats are actually just lies. Like, I'm still getting 2-shot by everything, even though intellect and faith raise your elemental defense. And we have 50 plus in intellect, and then we've got another 30 in phase, so you think we would have like halfway decent defense. But everybody hits me for like half my health plus, which may just be low HP, which if it is, I mean, I guess that's on me for not having like 50 points put into health or something like that. But, yeah, as you see so far, like, our damage always seems to be lacking at all points, which could just be my lack of using better spells. But considering all the better spells, quote unquote, that do more damage, kind of just suck. Like, we tried using Soul Bolt, you know, like 45 intellect thing, you know, 45 points in not even a new game scenario. And yeah, still kind of garbage. Still kind of garbage. Honestly, it has a fire AoE around him too. In his second stage, like once he's in dark, I think I was taking slight fire damage. Which, if that's the case, that sucks. Let's take the free damage while we have it. Gotta wait a little bit before attempt again, so that way we get damage. Yeah, Soul Spear kind of slow. Also, I guess I just died because I can't see the camera. Yep. Oh my gosh. I'm starting to remember why I left this dude. It's just like, there's a lot of things that I can't counteract in this fight. Like, I have no range, so I'm ranged fighting at a melee range, so I'm already at a disadvantage in that. There's no room. Like, and then the room that I do get is generally along the wall, which generally ends up getting killed. Okay. Well, that really shouldn't have been as bad as that goes. So let's just reset. You know what? Let's just throw on another human effigy. It's fine. We're probably gonna even have to end up using a spell restoration on him. Not necessarily because we're gonna run out of spells, but like I just need soul spears towards the end that actually kill this guy. And that or more dark orbs. Because these enemies beforehand are draining me. I want to try this. I want to try this defense down. The defense down spell. Because if that works on this dude, we hit him for what, 450 a soul spear? Imagine that times 4. Right, that's 1800. Who knows what the defense down is? Let's say it's like 25% or something like that, and we'll just round it to 2k to make it easy, man. That would make it up to like 2,500 damage off of Soul Spear. Which, considering we were hitting that guy for 210 on Dark Orbs, something tells me we're going to be hitting him pretty hard with the defense down if we actually end up making that work on him. I don't know if it actually does. It's going to require experimentation. Of course, much like every boss in this game, but if it does, I should also grab this. It doesn't seem like much, but it's extra fire defense, so if I do end up getting hit by the sword thrust or anything like that while it's got the fire attached to it, then we'll take mitigated fire damage. We're still gonna take fire damage, just mitigated as well as physical damage, which is the more concerning part, because I have like double the fire protection. So. Really wishing the setup for this boss was not that long. If I could, I want to try. I shouldn't do this. I should not be doing this. We'll wait until it becomes. I'm gonna hold off for the greed for now, which hurts a lot because I was really just looking forward to do that. But we're gonna hold off for the greed for now. We just used a human effigy. Let's treat it like a real one. When the human effigy effect starts running out, then we can make our plan in an attempt to just get over there quicker. I just hate killing all these enemies all over again. Like, it's just so pointless. Like, they die in 3 hits. They just come out the boss. You know what I'm saying? Pretty sure he still ended up hitting me there. Yeah, of course he did. How are you cast fast? This is my fastest casting spear with the ring That shortens my casting time. Yeah, you can still swing faster than I can shoot my magic. And just magic life things. Fine. Put me a little down on Estus, but that really hasn't been the thing that killed us. Like, I don't think we ran out of Estus yet. The bigger problem is just getting one shot. Although it doesn't really seem like he can one-shot us. He can one-shot us in terms of a combo, which may as well be just as bad at this point, because it's been rather effective at it, so... Although, to be fair, we've also been stuck on the wall, like, every death so far that we died. And, yeah, when my head's inside his gun, it makes it very hard on the camera angle to get a realistic idea of when this dude's actually, gonna do something. There's no way you can get that off. Absolutely not. Get out of here. Now, you, on the other hand, will probably end up getting it. It's just because of the distance. There we go. Alright, see, we're playing it... Well, I was going to say we were playing it better, and then Dark Orb decided it didn't want to have any range for a second. Alright, so we want to drop him as low as we can to his second phase, and then we just want to hit him with, like, Soul Spear or Crystal Geyser or something. Just to really hammer home on him while he's in his... You did not hit me with that. I refuse. I always get a rumble in my controller when I get hit, so I don't know what it is with this boss, but for whatever reason, he thinks he's built different. I was watching for a potential overhead, which is why I delayed the Estus usage. There it is. Yep, that was great. That was great. Thankfully he's gonna do this, so we got time to set this back up. We're gonna do reduced damage, but it's damage. Alright, come on. Gosh, yep. Dude, God, what is it with thrusting attacks in this game? I cannot deal with it. Oh my gosh, get me out of that corner. If I die in another corner because of these, it's so lit, dude. Screw your thrust attack. Oh, jeez. I do it. Dude! What is this with every, like, thrust attack character in this game? Whenever they have a thrust attack, this is, like, the only move they remember how to use when I fight these characters. I don't understand it. And it's always the one attack from the boss that I can't dodge. Like, the other attacks, we either get scraped, but we get mitigated. I didn't even use the spell I wanted to use in there, but either way, we were about to kill him. It's more like a fill-in spell. Like, if I get it off, that would be nice, but not one that I'm necessarily looking to as, like, the kill spell by any means. But yeah, any enemy in this game that has, like, a thrusting attack, I don't know, something about my brain, just, it sees the thrusting attack, it knows it's gonna happen, and then either I do it too early and take the thrust attack, or I do it too late and get hit by the thrust attack. Either way, it does not really end well for me. I should hit those, water jugs up there for the extra fire defense. Okay, guess I'll just, take it. I'm really not worried about the damage they do. Unless they're outright killing me, I don't really care. Because HP is not really that much of a problem this way. He says after he's died multiple times now, but you get the idea. Okay, guess I'll just die then. It's just what I get for trying to run through to get back to the boss earlier, but can you really blame me? I mean, look how many times we've already almost killed him. It just gets so lame killing these enemies at some point that I'm just like, I don't even care if I die to them. I just want to get back to the boss as quick as possible. We're pretty much out of that fight too. I just thrust attacks, man. It's something about them. Come on, head over it. It'd be fine if these two were chasing me, and then I could work on the others already. But no, of course. Virtue Man, you still chilling over there? I think he's good. Yep. I almost want to use my skeptic spice in an attempt to get us at least one use of thunder magic somewhere in this playthrough. But if I'm gonna do that, I want like the quote-unquote best in terms of the stat cost of the spell, because presumably that would be the best spell in that archetype, right? That hasn't been the case so far, but you know. Like Soul Bolt, could not care less. Why it starts on the ground, absolutely no idea. I don't know why it wouldn't just be like Soul Bolt, but you know, or Soul Spear, I should say. The aggro in this game really can be weird sometimes. Like why does me going that far activate two guys that are on top of like the roofs all the way over there? Like why, in what world would they aggro from all the way over right there? Like that just doesn't make sense. You'd be like, oh, you're in like sight range or whatever, which would, you know, make sense in like real life, but this is also called Dark. So okay, I guess I'll get hit again. Okay, I guess I'll just die then. Should have ran farther than that. Thankfully these guys are not as fast as me. Currently, it's just reckless gameplay at this point. Like, I mean, what do you want me to tell you? Like, I just... the salt is already set again. Just let me kill this boss already. And then we get to move on to Smelter Demon 2.0, woo! Which I think probably still easier than the Tiger, because the Tiger just absolutely just mauls me to death. I still have no idea what I want to do about that fight. The worst part is the Tiger's like magic resistant. So like even my only damage source, and like it's that resistant to it, so that it's like, oh good, that makes life easy. Dark damage is really decent to it from what I remembered, but dark damage always does damage. I'd be ever so slightly low on Estus for the boss fight, but if anything, we've got consumable HP items there, which relatively go off quicker than the actual, okay, I guess I'll still get shot by the dude all the way down there, that's fine. I was really hoping I could just run past him and open the door, but yeah, no. Even when he's in the middle of shooting his bow, apparently he's able to cancel it, and then rightfully attempt to attack me with the sword, but I can't stop my magic. Just every time, dude. It's just, it's such a big thing. Like, I can't do that all the time, right? But like, it really is like gigantic pain. Is this class? Our crown actually gave us some magic use back there, so thanks to the crown we can actually stay with it, even in our half damage state. Well, it looks like somebody else has my same idea with magic, except somehow he has access to a shield. I guess he leveled up his dexterity or something in order to be able to use it. So, you know, good on him for looking into it. Okay, so the overhead gives us enough time to get a Soul Spear. Yeah, probably gonna use that one. Debatable whether or not I should have. And considering I can't see the screen anymore because I got a stupid dude with fire coming out of his gun. Oh my. That's the thing that makes me angry in Dark Souls boss fights. Stuff like that, because that's stuff I can't fix necessarily. Like, oh, maybe you could, you know, kite around him or something like that better. Yeah, maybe. But if he ever gets in that position, I'm stuck with a fire gun in my face, and it's like, have fun reading the what attack he's gonna do based off of his sword if you can't see his sword and you're looking straight into a gut filled with fire. Like, I'm sure, like you can see how that'd be a bit of a problem. Like, if I don't know, there's not really a good area to display it, but something tells me you guys probably get that. I should have been hitting him there. I don't know why. He just like paused, and then I was like, if I'm facing the corner right here, and this is like his gut, and it's like, oh, just tell where his sword's coming from, forehead. And it's like you can't see from this side and this side, and you're like, oh, just a what? He's got an overhead, swipes, and a flame line attack. Just pick your 33% and hope that you live, forehead. Like, yeah, it's just that easy. Like, yeah, okay. At some point, though, we're gonna get lucky on that 33%, and that's gonna be the time that I actually dodge it, and that will be the time that we get it. 100%. 100%. Oh, that dude's right there, but I think I can get away with this. Yep. It just leaves it so I don't have an archer. Shoot me every 5 seconds, so I'm trying to deal with these. I won't. I keep forgetting the fire defense from the boss, but I don't think we really need it that bad. Although it probably would help mitigate the overhead strike, which would not be too bad. Something tells me that's the same guy that we saw fight Smelter Demon. Ripped to that guy. Although he was using magic on me, so I can totally understand why you died, man. Alright, see ya. Making my life easier, don't mind if I do. If I only had to get one of them, this would be fine, but yeah. No, I should just take them back in here and kill them. I should, but also I hate doing it, so it just takes so much time to do. Okay, you think so? Okay, well, my guy's trying to get himself killed. Ah, well, it's an excuse to hit the water, that's plus. Okay, I meant me hit the water, no. Alright. There, you just need to hit one of them, and it gives you fire defense. I don't remember, or I should say that I don't know the actual amount of fire defense that gives you. I just know that it gives you fire defense. And that was basically through trial and error, because at some point I noticed, once I went through the water and then got hit by a fire attack, I noticed that it just didn't do as much. And that's how I ended up getting some of the items out of this area, was due to that knowledge. Because I finally had enough fire defense to make it worthwhile. Easy kill, fair enough. Okay. Yeah, you just keep trying your bow there, friend. Thank you, Brown, for the extra magic. I'm pretty sure it's the crown, otherwise I really don't know. Because I don't think we were just randomly getting magic back beforehand. I don't think I changed any of my gear above the crown. In which case it would have to. All of his attacks are so delayed. Like, after fighting Fume Knight now, it's like something I have to get used to again. Like, we used to be like, I've got to be on time, I got to be on time, I got to be on time for 3 to 4 different times, and this one's like, just take the time a little bit, it'll be fun. And it's just something about the thrust and something about thrust attacks. Are you serious? This game's really he thinks he's hitting me half the time. Oh my gosh. I refuse to believe that I'm getting hit as much as I am by this. I refuse to believe it. Oh yeah, he does have like a fire war or something, because I just have max HP without him. But besides getting hit right there, I was having max HP, but once he runs right next to me, I start taking even more damage from him. So that's fun and interactive. That's the attack I want to see. As long as I'm not getting hit by the actual slam of the attack, that's the attack I want to see. Because apparently he can catch me in every swipe every time. It almost seems like for thrust attacks, I want to do it. It seems to be good. Oh yeah, we outright beat the attack with the fire. Ow. Not that one. That one's still kind of... One day I'll be able to use a spell, and you'll feel the pain. But, you know, until then, do whatever you want, I guess. I rolled too early, but we only got hit by half the damage there. Yes, we got magic back from the ground. I don't know what this is. Okay, I was expecting 100% like fire or something coming out of that, which is why I was so concerned about it. I was like, I'm about to get RNG nuked from a fire pill or something. Thankfully not the case. Don't breathe right now. Don't do it. I almost breathed right there and killed myself. Okay, yeah, not a hard boss when you actually... Is this what a boss fight looks like when I'm actually at the same level or over level? It makes it so much easier. What? Insane, I know, but it's true. Really not gonna hide any items under here or nothing. I know I was missing a bonfire over here. I can only imagine that you're the one making this happen, right? Right? If that's the same door where I think that same door goes. Porcine shield, flame butterfly. Oh wow, you're too kind, friend. Okay, yeah, it is the bonfire. That was my guess, and thankfully that turned out to be correct. Otherwise, I would have had zero idea on how I would have gone back here. Yeah, this would have made the trips easier when we were actually here. But we're not anymore. That's another boss down, baby. 2 in 1 stream so far. Let's get it. And possibly a third if we can somehow live through that other area. Which is something. Is it bad I still want the HP? 30, and then it goes down to 20? I'm already soft capping on HP? Are you kidding me? Whatever, I'll take it, because apparently all these bosses require it of me, so you know what? As sad as it is, I'll take it. We can check out the Smelter Demon soul at the boss soul guy. See if that's worth anything. Some pyromancy spells by chance? Yeah, please. Please, all you give is melee weapons. Just give me a spell for once, please.
So, if you bigger.
Alright, now magic spell. Sick. Okay, what'd you actually give me then? Smelter Sword. Great. Monster Greatsword forged from the soul of the Smelter Demon. Its blade rears the strength of terrible flames, a latent power unleashed by a strong attack. The earth spouted fire and a beast rose from the flames. The short-sighted king was incinerated by the creature in one swing, and his castle was devoured in a sea of flames. Effect, special attack on the strong attack, which does fire damage. Okay. Well, I may as well end up using these souls for, like, the weapons in case we ever do another Dark Souls 2 run, I guess. Let's just make sure that the ones that we do use are on the ones that we actually want. Okay, so this one only has this item for use, so go ahead and take that. I forgot I was still paying souls for these, so we're definitely not getting all of these unless I have some random souls laying around on me. Smelter Demon, I actually want to check out, and I want to place it on that set of armor, or have it on me or something like that. because it said there was a random message left, right? It said weapon required ahead, and they call it the Smelter Throne, and you've got this entire set of Smelter Demon looking gear, but it's missing the sword. So maybe with the sword, maybe that will help us somehow get to the other fight easier, maybe? Which is the reason why I'm going to use that on that. I also believe it's the only thing I can use it on from the looks of it. Yeah. Alright, so not bad for using it then. So the Pursuer, we have multiple of that. I'm just trying to wipe out the ones that we only have one use for. What is the Warp Sword, dude? A curved sword forged from the soul of the Flexile Sentry, once straight but later twisted to reflect its forked component. The Sentry crammed inmates of the overflowing steel onto a rickety ship and casted them out to the open sea. The majority of them drowned or starved, but a few hardy survivors made land to the south and imparted their knowledge of sorcery to the people there. You can potentially use magic with this? That's not really what I'm seeing here from this. Although I have no idea what these essentially are. Some of these icons over here. Not these ones, but these ones. Poise damage. Okay, so that's the flinching capability. Level of counter damage. Okay, so it's like a counter weapon or something. Fair enough. There's also the Arc Sword. There's something beautiful, something unsettling, and at the same time beautiful about its long-curved blade. And it says the same thing as that, except the difference is what? This one just gives better defensive. Yes. Okay. Well, realistically, we're never using either, so it's probably just pick one. There's a third? Okay. A club forged from the soul. The spikes cover its length, or as vile as the Sentry itself. This does bleed damage, though. Never using it because I don't have the strength to use it. But, interesting that there's 3 choices for the Sentinel. Although I guess I have multiple souls for it, right? Now, I thought I had multiple souls, maybe not. Soul of the Last Giant. Great Axe. This weapon resembles a primitive stone weapon, but is quite powerful owing to its immense size. King Vendrick disappeared it as of the war with the Giants reached its ferocious peak. Leaving his castle, some swear that upon hearing the news, the Queen's face remained as still as her portrait. Right, because she hates the king for reasons that I have no idea. It's probably explained in Dark Souls lore somewhere along the line, but I don't know. Is the gargoyle one the only one? It is, like every time. It is. Alright. A 2-pronged spear that imitates a weapon mentioned in ancient texts. Gargoyles are said to guard castles and forts from ill fortune, and they appeared in many forms in all the great lands throughout history. Some of them are so meticulously crafted that they look as if they might come to life. Funny jokes there, friend, because they did, and they tried to kill me, but we see who got the last soul left, am I right? I have no other souls for you. I'm poor. Thanks for the weapons that I can't use, at least. Alright, so let's try this out in this room. It's gotta be curious. Because when I touched the armor set, right, without the weapon, it said, alas, nothing happened. So there is a trigger to this. I just do not know what it is. It wasn't doing that before. Oh, why are we doing this now, friend? You mind telling me? Do I even have to kill the other Smelter Demon? Seems like maybe not. What? Yeah, okay. That made sense. Memory of the old eye. Okay. What? Anybody else lost, or is that just me? Right, dude, he just kind of, you know, phased into the armor there. One cannot reside within memory for long. Okay, so I guess I have a limited amount of time here. Oh! Okay, hello. Ow. Well, you're not the same as the other ones were. You're kind of doing different. You're also kind of quick. I don't know if I have a limited amount of time, or if that was just to be like, oh, you can't stay here forever, or whatever. Like, I don't know if that was supposed to be lore implications, or like it was a legitimate like gameplay. Like, I have X amount of time in this area before I get kicked out. I'm hoping that's the case. That's all fire drakes ready to shoot me in the face if I try to take this, right? Right, that's what it's looking like. I hate everything about it. I'm surprised they haven't started shooting me at all already. I could have killed him right there had I actually used all my stamina. These are some tanky boys, man. The fact that they actually take me. You hit me from right there? No, you're specifically set to shoot that way. Alright. Well, you know, you can log on to them, but... Oh, these guys are actually not as tanky as I thought they were going to be. Maybe they're just extra weak to dark damage? Not entirely sure on that one. I'll be taking these. Human effigies. Skeptics. Love it. Okay, so we can work our way around here. There's potentially shooting fireballs in here as well. Alright, so we know we can spam him to death. It's just a matter of range. Yeah, because sometimes he just doesn't care. He's faster than I am, even when I'm sprinting? Okay, well, yeah, okay. This man's straight up faster than I am when I'm sprinting? What? I'm pretty sure there's no rings that increase your, like, action. Oh, don't tell me you have to do it again. I have to do it again, don't I? No, we've seen the cutscene once. That's... Thank you, but no. We've seen it once. It's all good. Maybe we have to go kill the old Iron King, even in the memory? What a poor guy. I hit him? Lock on? No? Okay, I guess I'll just take over half my health and damage. That's fine. What? No. Okay, good. Apparently we found your leash. Look, thankfully. So we can kind of easy right here if we ever decide to back off. Alright, so we know we can hide in there from this guy if we need to. Hopefully we shouldn't here. I think we'll stagger him. Yeah, so we know there's one dude chilling around the pillar. We know there's one guy up there. And we've got, what, 2+ over there, plus a fire drake, which I don't know where it would hit me, but I'm sure it can. Life finds a way. You know what? Just make sure I don't take damage. Let's make sure that save enough just to dodge. Yeah, you can only fire that way, apparently. I don't know why, but I don't really even give you the potential to hit me with that. As for this guy, though. Somebody already moving over there. No, he's just hiding around the corner. That's fine. I just want to be able to deal with you guys one at a time. Seriously, that wasn't enough to get. I get it, Dark Orb's pretty thick. But, like, come on now. Roll immediately after. Need my stamina recovered, and throw one. Hit, run away, hit front away. General tactics that we've been using for these guys still apply. They might be tankier, but at the end of the day, they're still the same enemy. It doesn't look like they actually changed their attack pattern. I wonder if I will actually get kicked out of here at some point, or if that was just some lore statement. I want to think that's just a lore statement. I don't see why they would just randomly kick you out. So, fire drakes, oh, well, once again. And apparently can still hit me from right there. Alright, well, we poked the bear, so... Okay. Well, I guess we're finding... Okay, guess I'll just die then. Apparently getting stabbed once by the rushing attack is enough to baby flinch me, which guaranteed that I couldn't roll to get out of the second one. Alright, okay, fine. I was trying to be patient about this, but they they really are punishing me even for my patience, which then makes me switch to the exact opposite logic, which is like, well, if I'm gonna get punished for my patience anyways, I may as well just go ham and destroy everybody in here. But I don't necessarily have the resources for that. It would feel great, though. Don't get me wrong. What do you just lock onto the dude? What is this with you just not ever wanting to lock on? I don't. Like, I hate everything about you sometimes. Okay, swipe. Should reset here. He backed off. Not exactly the way I want to do it, but at this point, if the other option is having to do this all over again, well, yeah. Now, ideally, we could go find her out all the other guys' leashes and then deal with them accordingly. But, you know, ideals and all that. This dude looks like he's so mad. This isn't your fault. If you just didn't shoot fireballs at me, I wouldn't have to kill you. I don't know if this is going to trigger the other ones. I don't think it will, but hopefully. I don't even want to leave a single one alive, because if they somehow become aggro behind me, it's going to become a problem. I already hate that this dude's aggro, but thankfully the water pot's in there giving me some magical defense. I knew it sounded like somebody was behind me. I guess if the Drake got aggroed, why wouldn't they, right? Okay, so who's fallen off? Anybody? I need to know your guys' leashes. I need to know what I can get away with. And it looks like this is our safe spot right here. Well, safe in terms of we just need to dodge, like, an attack every once in a while. Not really the way I want to do it, but considering the other option is getting 3-shot, I don't have all too many options ready and available. That should kill. Starting to run out of Dark Orb, not necessarily liking that, considering our build was kind of builds around the boss, and I kind of did change that back, which is that my bad? Yes. You really can't lock on to the dude that's chilling right here. Alright, we got one flinch, so we need at least like 2 more spells here before he flinches again, more than one. He's having these very weird spurts, like going full aggro and then immediately going passive. It's throwing me off. Like, it's like, okay, are we fighting? Are we not fighting? Can I hit you? Can I not? Okay, apparently that was good enough to hit this guy. Nice and triggered, so you know the drill. Just go back to the hidey hole over here so I don't get 1 shot. So I don't get 1 shot? Okay, I thought I was a lot closer to it than I actually was. Why did you have so much range compared to your friends? In terms of like the actual leash. It just feels so inconsistent. Which, like, I get it. They want to make sure that you can't do stuff like this, right? Also, can you really be allowing AI to run an entire, like, grand hallway after a player? Like, really? That should be everybody around there, in which case we just got, what, Fire Drakes and 1 more enemy right there, which I think is a Modecaster? Potentially a dude chilling on the side here. Yeah, I figured that was probably going to be the case. I know the drill. I really did not want to play this. This is meticulous. This is probably going to end up going down, but they're kind of forcing my hand here. We're also getting a little bit of our magic back there from the ground, which is beautiful. Of course, that one hit. Now, this should stagger, and then we'll go out the way. Give him a little bit of time to make sure that he's got at least and next time we poke our head out, he should. Okay. So we've got what? We've got Drakes left, and potentially an Archer, and then maybe whoever else comes out of that last corridor. So probably want to chill about right here, the Dark Supply ones. Just target it? Why is this so difficult, dude? That's fine. That was only our second Estus we used here. That's beautiful compared to what it was beforehand. So. Why is that Drake aggro? He just shot that dude like 3 times in the back with like fireballs, and he just could not have cared less. Really? They just allowed me access to that? Okay. Now you know. Just can't expect an item off of everyone. Just let those go roll on through there. Trying to catch this guy. Ideally snipe him before. And yeah, not fight you with the Mandrake. Really not looking forward to that. Stuck in the wall. Okay, I didn't realize we were just being samurai now. Alright. What is this, Sekiro? This is an entirely different Souls game now. Wow, chill. I liked you better when you were sniping. It was a lot less painful for me. Okay, apparently we just like broke the AI. This man does not know how to play the game anymore. I thought for sure that would have stunned him because that was the 3rd one and that had worked on every other one but him in terms of actually getting them the flinch. Ever so slightly upset at that, whatever. But because that happened, we're using a human effigy. Make sure that doesn't happen again. And not having the limited hollow ring sucks because I mean, I guess it gives it a reason for the human effigies to actually have a place in the game, but like it's still annoying. This has to be a new area that we didn't uncover, right? Like, I highly doubt that there's got to be like a bonfire in here at some point. I highly doubt they're just gonna leave it as. Now we gotta do this all over again. Oh, joy, I know. It is what it is. Looked like he might have actually been able to get Zach in there for a second. Thankfully, Brown's gonna refund some of this to us. That actually still have hope for me. Chops. The lack of my physical defense is just so gross. Like, I really need like a shield or something. Even then, I don't think the shield gives you like passive physical defense. Like, I'm pretty sure it's still only. There's no way you can turn your head this far. Out of here. I don't have to kill the other fire drake over there, but we probably should, considering the other dude, like, wants to make a secure cameo. We could just play it like this, but it'd be extremely slow, and it just, I don't know, the impatience from the other bosses and stuff is set in, so if you guys would just die already, that would be great. Really don't have access. Okay. I might be able to just spam him because he's on the corner. Nope, okay, that's too easy, you're right. But apparently he didn't even see it, yet we hit him multiple times. Makes sense. Now we got, what, one on the left corner now? Apparently one of the drakes can see us, which I hate that idea. Would rather not take random drake damage if at all possible. Nope, still nothing good out of you guys. A million set of armor that we already have, thanks. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Ah, right, you're still chilling over there. Come on. That attack is just actually too fast. It's faster than me even being able to shoot a soul arrow, which is ridiculous. But it's my fastest skill, and this man's doing like an overhand, and yet he's faster on it than I am. He just actually outran my Dark Orb because of how slow the Dark Orb tends to be. Rip. You serious? I got stuck on the corner there. Thankfully, time rolled just right, otherwise it absolutely would have been straight. Oh, come on now. Drop my horn. I thought the Drake had killed him for a second, the way he reacted, and it was gonna be like, that's beautiful, but no, the Drake wasn't feeling it, I guess. I think there's still one on the side there. I think the other one was just chilling in front of me. I rolled right into that. I can't be mad at that. I think we have just another dark. Yeah, well, we know the hidey hole's safe. Why would I not just go there? Yes, thank you, Ground, for actually giving me magic back. Whoa, wait. This is the safe room. You can't come in here. I need my safe space. You're gonna get me triggered? My safe space, please. Well, at least we're getting a decent amount of souls built up here. It's still not even worth a single level by this point, but it's not like non-existent. The soul count. I'm serious. I just can't have him screwing us over somehow by the other ones. Alright. Can he even turn around to hit us, or is this just like a free kill right here? Oh, it's just a free kill right here. Nice. Not exactly the magic I was wanting to use, but the magic we use nonetheless. Should get rid of this versus despair. Now we can soul spear these nerds, which should be fine. Yeah, sometimes that spell hits me, and then sometimes it hits Captain's armor. We'll take those. Ground, please. I need more magic already. Oh, come on. I definitely deserved to get hit by at least one of those there for not making the roll in, but I'll take that I didn't. Because now it should just be a free kill. Of course, I the magic to be able to kill him. Okay, well, time to use the magic. I hate it, but like if I don't have any magic, what do I do? Wait until ground heals me some? Which it immediately did as soon as I used the spell restoration item, so that's, you know, got an Oscar out of that thing? What? That's it? How did everybody die to this thing up here? What? It didn't even move. Oh. Was that there before? That wasn't there before, right? Or maybe, no, because I went immediately for the Drake, I turned around. No, I have no idea what's down here, though. I do not want to get immediately attacked. Which I very much so thought was going to happen right there. It's not a decent amount of Estus. A good amount, just, oh, no. And two of them got aggroed. This is not going to go well. If that second one actually does end up going, oh, crap. Well, this. Ow, chill. Oh, you don't. Your aggro doesn't go this far. Okay, saved. Actually saved. I was so certain that that last orb was going to. Oh my! I hate life. I was so certain that was gonna kill. This dude probably lived with like 20 HP or something. Whatever, back in we go. Gosh. Okay, yep, we have to do this again. Are we gonna have to use another spell restoration? Oh, absolutely. But, you know, considering these guys 3-shot, I can't exactly play around with them. Well, 2-shot me even, depending on what moves they end up using. I wish I had a better consistent knockback or stun, flinch, whatever you want to call it on those guys. It would make life so much easier. It's not going to happen, but it would make life so much easier. You serious? You serious? There it goes. A waste of magic, certainly. I'm kind of just hoping that crown ends up restoring that. If not, we have spell restoration items, but I hate using them. But, like, come on. That's just dark magic's lack of range just showing right there. Interesting. So, if you hit the bottom of the drakes, you're actually doing extra damage. I would want to say I can leave these guys alone, but on the off chance that somehow we're in the middle of a fight and that I stagger both of these guys, so absolutely we have to go back into this area. We do damage, they're just so tame. I say we do damage as if we're not just doing 142 a spell. Yeah, that's our version of damage, exactly. So, yeah. Not great, but it works. Was he not just chilling around? You didn't go back up here, did you? Okay, yeah, no, it's just ran longer. Oh, wow. Crown just gave me more magic. I was like, well, Dark Lord's about to run out. And they gave me like 7 back or something for it. And Crown is wrecked. Like, I don't know what to tell you. This is like a must-have item for mages. Whether it's in the boss fight and you're like, oh, I need some more magic, and then Crown's like, I got you, and then, or you're running around here, and then it gives me magic. Either one, it's still good, like either way. The hole should be around here. There we go. It's never a good time when you forget where the hole is. There's so many. You know what I'm saying? Really auto-lock. And then you immediately find it right after that. It's just so auto-lock, please. Okay, everybody except for that dude in the drakes. I don't know if the drake can shoot me down there. Like, I don't know if it can actively hit me down there, so I'm probably gonna end up killing it again. I just can't take that chance of fighting those guys and then getting nuked by Marky. Like, that's... Yeah, definitely want to wait for them to attack, in which case you do, like, double-ish damage. I forgot you existed. I thought you came out and we killed you already is more like it, but apparently not. Why even fight it right here? Why even attempt to take damage? We know we can just do this without taking damage. Why not? I keep forgetting that they changed the Whispers of Despair spell, which would certainly help with the needing of magic. So it definitely should be. And that really only does 53, huh? Thankfully, it just refunded it back to me, and now I have Dark Orb. It's so good. It's actually so good. Just the fact that I don't have to use so much extra resources to be able to get through areas that I should realistically be able to get through already is real nice. Wonder how far I can shoot Soul Spear before it actually stops the target. Nope, probably gonna take this out real quick. Nope, it missed. Oh good, only one of the 3 projectiles there actually hit. One and one in the hit. No. Alright, as long as we got him on like diagonals, it doesn't seem like he can do that sword draw attack, in which case we were able to deal with him as such. Let him just throw his volley right here, and then we'll run through while he's charging, and then just deal with him like how we did last. Now, I guess in theory, we could always just wait for Crown, and then that would essentially mean that we have unlimited magic, but that would be, like, probably the boring thing ever, so... that. Well, I'm really starting to run out of these, though. I switched to this staff basically because the other one was getting close to breaking. Although, at this point, I should probably just use repair powder and not even worry about it. Yep, didn't need to take that damage. Did I heal it? Maybe. I don't really consider it. Well, actually, the rogue water kind of like baby heals us and gives us spells back after I roll back through it multiple times. Oh wow, that gave a lot more than I thought it did. That rogue water, it kind of looks a lot more like blood than so-and-so rogue water, unless it's supposed to be like wine or something like that, then maybe. There we go. I think we just got this guy, which if that's the case, we're good. Yep, that's that lower casting time for you. He should only be this close because of his rush attack. So if we just keep him backed off like this, he shouldn't ever hit us again. He shouldn't ever hit us again. Get with the program, fam? I'm actually gonna die. Oh my... Why? You were never aggro into this area before. You were never aggro into this area. All of a sudden, this is... jeez. Oh, it's not even that hard. It's such of a pain to get back there because of how it... Let me switch my magic real quick. I need... At least some despair is actually useless. Why even make that spell if it's not going to work on, like, any enemy? I'm kind of looking for, like, piercing. Kind of looking for piercing. And these guys are all still pretty fire resistant. Just give me Soul Bolt. If they keep lining up in the hallways like that, then maybe this is like the one time that Soul Bolt will actually be useful for me. Grab those in case we get hit by the drakes, which we realistically shouldn't, outside of maybe the last one, off of like just a random lucky shot. I just used resources on that run too, and then of course this dude randomly aggro's on me. Because we know we're not gonna take damage right here, right? We'll just go ahead and use this staff, because it's got a lot more durability, so I can save the other staff for later, for potentially whatever comes along our way, where the extra damage might be needed. There's gotta be better staffs, right? I mean, I've got 3 staffs, one of which is a beginner one of which we found off of mage, which scales off of our human level, in which case, you know, we should definitely be using that once we use our human FG. At the same time. Did we kill him before we even have to deal with the other guy? Where am I? Yeah, what are you gonna do about it? Oh, please, throw your fire. You're telling me that you're not going to give any of those the extra damage outside of like one shot? Yeah, okay. This is supposedly our better dark staff, so you know, like if we could hit for, you know, 2 less damage than like our main one. How are you the better? I don't understand that. You have better scaling in dark damage than our other one, yet you do 2 less damage. Like, I'm pretty sure both of these staffs are max 2. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Which, if they're not, that would make sense, in which case, fair enough. But if they are, and this one's still doing less damage, then Did we kill this one too over here? No, he's randomly... Oh, crap. What? Where did I miss? Did I blink out? What just happened? Why are there 3 of you over here now? Guess I thought I killed a lot more than I did. Who looked up there specifically for that dude and he wasn't there? Are you kidding me? Alright, I'll leave the reset so I can deal with you one at a time. That's annoying. Oh, you're actually stuck inside here, aren't you? Oh, I specifically looked for this dude, and he didn't show up, so I was like, okay, I guess I killed him already. Even though I, like, knew I did it, but it, like, It's like he just didn't respawn until just now, which is weak. We can kill him on this next one. We got, what, 3 more plus the captain version of them, and then a Drake, 2 Drakes actually at that. Even better. Even. I gotta make sure that he doesn't do a thrusting attack, otherwise I'm gonna lose like half plus % of my health, which is why I was not just firing. This is so lame, but it's the way I have to do it, otherwise I get 2 shot by it. Come on. Okay, good. I was gonna say, you're not actually give me that damage, are you? Thankfully. Crown, I need you to activate a little more. My magic's getting kind of low. Just, you know, if you would, please. I really don't have, like, items for this. Just if you would. Out of the kindness of your heart. There you go. Beautiful. It seems like you get varying amounts each time. Like, that time I think I got 9, whereas before I got 7. So maybe it's just, like, a random percentage, and it's like, here you go. Here's your extra magic. Which, considering most of the spells we currently have are like 1 to 3 usage outside, like Dark Lord, not feeling so bad. Ow, okay. Just what we have consumable healing items. We go out on one. My other staff, like my beginning staff, would already be like halfway plus broken, but this one's got like extreme amount of durability in comparison for whatever reason. Yeah, come on, throw your fireballs on that here. Are you serious? Let's make sure I'm at full HP. So he's somehow able to. Alright, there you happy. Stand and go. I need Soul Spear for the other guys. Now you come out? Oh my. How did I just blink on like every one of these knights? I guess this, all the runs are just like blending in together at this point. It gives me magic back. It's just such a good feeling. You're like, that's not extra items I have to use. All of my magic is getting refilled at that too. I thought it was just the magic that was equipped, but no, apparently it's like all of my magic. Wait for him to miss, and then get in range of this guy, so just do. Of course. How does everybody in this game move faster? I don't understand. Like, there's nothing in these games generally, if any of them, that actually make you move any faster. You serious? Dude, straight up followed me all the way right here. That was so certain I was gonna get stuck on the wall and get killed, right? Come on. So close. Just if you would. Nope, you're not gonna die to that one. Really? Just kill him with the homing crystals. Homing crystals? Yeah. There you go. Took them a moment, but they figured it out. Maybe Soul Bolt's really good against Drakes, especially one that doesn't move, so like the entire line should hit it. I'm trying to think of what spell it's like from Dark Souls 3. I want to say it's like crystal laser or something like that. In which case it like shoots along the ground similar, but it's like actually usable. And like one of the bosses even uses it. that did 164 damage. That's like the perfect use case scenario for that spell. And it hit for 164. Alright, good to see that that spell's useless. No, ground just gave me more of it back. Should be saving Dark Lord for the guys down there. Alright, just... Okay. I don't even want to be at not fully because I just feel like I'm going to get one shot. Alright, we switched to our better one. And we triggered one. Count them one person at a time. Thankfully, there's a hole in front of that other guy, so it seems like we should be. It's in the very corner. No, no, no. We're not even attacking. It's in the very corner. And then hit. It's so gross that this has that. I just got saved from a hit right there. Why would it pull you in? Why would it pull you in now? What changed the be able to be like, yeah, I can get in. Whatever, this should kill. It doesn't kill. Okay. Everybody out here living with 1 HP right now? Come on, man. Alright, well, that's one down. I don't know if anybody around the other side is going to try and murder me if I try and kill this dude right here. So, yeah. Just going to play this relatively defensively, which I know me always goes well. So, wow, you even have less range. It'd be a shame that full damage got hit you in the face. Or, you know, actually work correctly. Will you just attack him? He's like 2 feet in front of me and my magic is like, oh, I don't know. I couldn't possibly tell where this one's at. So you can clearly fall through there, and you can get back up from there. So, okay. Did these guys just spawn, or am I, like, just blind? Right. I'm gonna need magic for this. Brown, you're so beautiful, but sorry, friend, I'm gonna actually need even more magic than what you're willing to give me right now, so. Okay, so your bow people. Are bows better for us than swords? Because I could probably switch them back to sword mode instead. Oh, definitely. Arrows are a lot better for us than swords. Alright, no, let's not do that. So there's like potentially multiple drakes down there. Just be patient. Just be patient. Just wait for it. I still have essence, don't I? Yeah, I still have 3. Oh, switch to the sword boy. Yeah, you can see that? Spamming. Yeah, good. Screw all the sword boys. The sword boys will be the reason I die here. Like 9 boys. I hate those explosions on the bottom. Mostly because it gives me the same rumble as if I'm actually getting hit by an attack. Which makes me think that I'm getting hit by this guy, even though I'm clearly not. It's just something else. And turning it, you'd be like, oh, you can just turn it off or whatever, but I gotta use the rumble to let me know when I'm actually getting hit when I'm not straight up looking at something, so I don't want to do that either. Repair powder? Okay, yeah, they knew this area was going to be long. I mean, they wouldn't give us 3 sets of repair powder if they weren't like, yeah, this is going to be a bit of a journey here before we get a bonfire. And these enemies are beautiful. Sword boys, absolutely hate them. And bow boys, what? Excuse you, did I just miss something here? What do you mean you shot me through there? I just got shot through the grates. Are you serious? Okay, well, maybe we can go up and around behind this guy and just kind of deal with him? No, not necessarily. Well, that's a fog wall, but there's still more stuff to explore down here. Now everybody's gonna be like screaming at me like, don't do it. But I've gotta know. I've gotta know. Pointless ahead, you're probably right, but I have to know. Yeah, be sword boy too. The other dude's at least a bow boy. This guy's straight up sword, dude. Oh, good, you're both aggroed. Well, time Time to go in an area that the bow boy shouldn't follow me to. The sword boy might. Why are we using consumables instead of S's? I don't know. We'll see what the fog up ahead looks like. On the off chance that it's somehow a boss, I should make sure that I at least have 3 S's on me, because that would be the goodness age being a boss fight, right? 3 S's. Of course. I knew it. I knew as soon as I pressed the magic I was going to get hit by it. It's just the green setting in yet again. I thought for sure that dude was going to live with like 1 HP. I think this guy reset himself back down here, so we got to pull him out again. Ideally, we want to fight him over these holes right here, because if he has to run around an entire hole, that should give us some free magic casts. Along with what we want to get, just due to the range. Alright, what? He couldn't come in here last time, right? Yeah, we just gotta play around with this. The Drakes is gonna be a real interesting time. I'm even considering throwing on my Flame Quartz +3 ring. And if you're not necessarily aware of what that does, it basically gives us massive fire defense. Do I still have my water boost? Well, it is only temporary, so I guess what I expect. Okay, so these feed out to other areas. So presumably this walkway down here might have another guy, because there's a walkway down here. There's multiple doorways through this one. Okay, and that allows us down here, but that's also still too far from the Drakes. Ideally, if I could get closer to it, that would be nice. Twin blade +7. Okay, so whatever the dude dropped me originally was not even that great of items. I say that not necessarily to be ungrateful, but the fact that it wasn't like they actually went out of their way to craft the items is probably a better way of putting it. I refuse to take damage from it. Should kill. And this would not. Yeah. Okay, so originally I could have came from here because we cleared this out, and then I could have had the extra fire defense, so then that damage would have done even less. Although, realistically, it didn't actually even do that much damage. Considering we're using consumable healing items and such. Rather not if I didn't have to. So we got a +7 sword out of this area, and that's kind of about it, huh? Yeah, well, that message about it being pointless, not necessarily 100%, but they're not exactly wrong either. Especially considering any swords that I obtain are more than likely requiring too much strength or dexterity for me to use, if not both. So, kind of useless in terms of our build. How's this gonna be a boss down here? I imagine it probably is. In which case, we're gonna try it. It's this random noise. It makes me think it's a boss fight. Sir Alonne. Okay, you're quick. Okay, you're quick, boy. You are a quick. Oh my. Okay, you're like the action captain. That hit me. Oh no, that wasn't even an Estus. Oh yeah, that wasn't even an Estus. Okay. What's the plan for this one? I just run back through and get to the boss. Like I mean, I just need practice against him, and yeah. We might end up saving him for next stream. It's currently just about 4 o'clock in the morning over here, so I don't know how much longer the stream will actually end up going on. It really shouldn't have gone as late as this. I just had things I needed to get done today, which is why it was as late as it was. So I do apologize for that. At the same time, it's not like I necessarily make money or anything off of these. It's kind of for my entertainment, your guys' entertainment, and all that. Eventually, maybe we can start making money off of it. Hey, I forgot that. Do you guys want to see a Pokemon Legends of Arceus stream? I know that's supposed to be coming out in, what is it, 3 days? So I could figure out how to stream from the Switch, hopefully. I'm not sure if there's actually extra special wires and stuff. I'd probably have to look more into that. I don't know. Would you guys want to see that? I imagine I'll probably end up playing it anyways. Well, I'll definitely end up playing it because I like Pokemon. But, I don't know if I'd stream. If you guys want to see it, I will absolutely stream it. We may even stream the entire game the first day. Just like depending on the mood. I don't know when it comes out exactly. If it's like a midnight release versus like an afternoon or something like that. Alright, so the trap for this area is just gotta run through it at this point because I'm already so tired of dealing with these things. Ow. Which, as you can imagine, and I ran the wrong way, as you can imagine, is going about as well as you'd expect. Yeah, so this boss is gonna suck, huh? We went from decently fast from Fume Knight to relatively slow to Smelter Demon to like extremely fast for this dude. And it seems like he's probably the last thing in this area. So it was a good thing we did end up getting the Smelter Demon's weapon, which presumably is the thing that did it, considering they called it the Smelter Throne. He could also not be the only boss in this area, but considering I don't think we've seen anywhere to suggest that we can just bonfire in it anywhere, I would have to imagine that he's the only boss in this game besides from the other ones. Straight up snipe me. Hi bro, how you doing? Thank you, Karma. Oh shit. What a name. Thank you so much for the follow, but I'm doing alright. How about yourself, friend? I hope you enjoy the struggle bus, because that's kind of like where we're at the moment. I'm not sure how long you've been in here, but we ended up killing the Smelter Demon as well as the Fume Knight. If that means anything to you. I don't know if you've played Dark Souls 2 or anything before. In which case, those probably meant nothing to you. Well, you know. I always forget that people can watch streams without like playing the game themselves, I guess, which might seem kind of weird, but like I guess it's just because I've always played the game, so I kind of expect, not necessarily expect, but like have, I would imagine some people would have like some idea of like how the game goes. I'm starting to see how everybody died in this corner right here. I'm really starting to see how everybody died in this corner right here. Get me out of here. How did that work? How did that actually work? Nope. If nobody follows me down and actually follows me through this, I'm gonna consider that a W. That was wrong order, and it's gonna cost me an extra S just to fix. Whoa, hey, whoa, what the heck? You just now figured out how to get down here? Okay, well, that's not right. Oh no, I got hit by the snipe. Yikes. Yikes. I died to fall damage right there. Only in Dark Souls would that baby drop be considered fall damage. Oh no. Come on. Really? God. That was such a good escape too. We passed what, 5 different knights right there along with the Drake. Got hit once by like a Drake fireball, but made it all the way down there. Like, are you kidding me? Like, after all of that, that's the way that's gonna end. That's so sad. Oh. Oh, come on now. I was thinking I could get away without rolling. Clearly not. My stamina! Why am I doing this again? I mean, I guess it worked last time, but something tells me I may not be so lucky this time. I was really hoping I could run past the... Oh, yeah. I'm so dead. I only used the human effigy in the last area because I thought we were gonna... No, I ran out of stamina. Okay, don't run into that room. That room is dead. The only reason I'm trying to run past all these enemies at this point is that you've killed them multiple times in a row, and if I have to do that every time right before this boss, I'm gonna lose it. If it didn't take so long, it wouldn't be too bad, but the fact that I have to kill every single enemy in the way every time, like, it's just, please now. I'll take the free fire damage. Or fire defense, I should say. Maybe there is no bonfire in here, and it really just is that boss, and then after that, you just get yeeted out of here. That's probably why it says you can only reside in memory for so long. This seems to suck. For life? Oh, really? The baby fall over there, that did the fall damage, but falling down to that, no, that's okay. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, it's because the sword dude on the side of it, actually. No, don't turn on the sword, boys, because then you're gonna follow me and you're gonna try to dash attack me. Something tells me trying to heal inside the boss room is not going to go great, but I don't think I got much of an option unless he doesn't follow me all the way down here. Right, so you're like very quick. I hate everything about this. You have a dark staff? Okay. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm not dead. I should be dead. I'm not dead. And it is bleed? This dude's OP, what the heck? He has dark, he has bleed, and he's insanely fast. This is a nightmare for magic users. Are you kidding me? Was that armor that just straight up gave you souls for wearing it? Oh, I need to find that. What the heck? I'm probably gonna have to, like... Even after fighting this guy twice, I already feel like I'm gonna have to go farm, because this is just... I just don't see this happening. I'll give it a few more attempts, and then we'll probably end up out there for the day. I'll give it maybe like 3 more attempts. Mostly because it's... over here. Of course he did. I should just roll everything. I should just... Probably gonna end up dying here. Oh yeah. I mean, well, this would only be the only chance here would be somehow hitting a miracle double Estus and then getting through. Should I get lucky with that? Yep, there it is. We knew that's what's gonna happen. That's just the death zone. It's just what happens when you try and run through that area. I can't take killing these dudes one at a time every time. It's just too much. It's too much nuance for that. I forget I have to skip through that every time too. That's gonna be a really annoying boss. I'm probably gonna have to farm for HP. If I can only take 2 hits from like every boss here on out, if that, yeah, I'm gonna need more HP. At least physical defense, because like this lack of physical defense is just disgustingly low. Of course. I guess I should have expected that his weapon would bleed if everybody else's bleeds. Okay, I guess the Drake decided he wanted to be a sniper of the day. But all the Drake attempts before this, like these guys maybe hit like had like a 10% accuracy rating. All of a sudden, this dude decides he wants to become like American Sniper and just does not miss with giant fireballs. Alright, so we're only going to use human effigies, I guess, if we make it into the drop, and then hope for the best in terms of getting into the boss. Even then, I want to at least get like 2 more actually like in the boss fight lives here, and then we can go. Because something tells me I'm not beating him tonight. I was already originally tired when I started the stream, so yeah. Or maybe we can just stop it here. You know what? You can call that baby rage if you want. I'm gonna go ahead and stop it here. It is like 4 o'clock in the morning here, so you know what? I'm gonna call it there. Exclamation mark socials though. There's my Twitter. I always tweet out before the stream. Once you see the tweet, you've got about 5 minutes before I end up starting the stream. So if you're new, go ahead and follow that if you want to. That way you'll always know when I'm streaming. And then as soon as you see it, within the next 5 minutes or so, bam, we're usually streaming. So yeah, once you see it, we're right there. There's my YouTube channel, which is an archive of all my Twitch channel. All my Twitch channels? Come on, please. I only have one. Of all my Twitch VODs. There we go. Words are hard sometimes, you know. An archive of all my Twitch VODs, which includes all of Resident Evil, not at 100% complete in terms of the story, not 100% items or whatever, but that's... I don't worry about that in games. I generally don't. Unless it's like bosses and Dark Souls and stuff, then I really want to get that. But if it's just like random items or something, it's just kind of like meh. But yeah, we've got all the Resident Evils 0 from 8. We got the spin-offs like Revelations 1 and 2, Code Veronica, etc, etc. So go ahead and check those out if you want. We've also got an entire playthrough of Dark Souls 3 as well as Bloodborne, including the DLC on both of those. So if you want to still, if you're liking the Dark Souls 2 content right now, you'll love Dark Souls 3, you'll love Bloodborne. It's as much rage as ever. And if you really want to see a rage one, definitely watch the Bloodborne one. You'll know the video or the VOD I'm talking about, which is now video for YouTube. When you see it, because when you see that, yeah, no, that rage, baby rage intensifies. So if you're liking the Dark Souls content, we got Dark Souls 3 full playthrough with DLC as well as Bloodborne. So there's that. We've got a few other hidden gems in there. Go ahead and check those out if you want. And leading up to that, we have our Discord server right there. You guys can go ahead and join that if you want. Of course, everything here is free, so you don't have to worry about that either. I imagine most of you know what Discord is. I imagine most people on Twitch generally know what Discord is. Yeah, it's just another area that you can hang out, socialize, whatever. I got bots in there you can play around with if you want. I think I have some Pokemon ones in there. Maybe some anime ones as well. I'm trying to remember which ones I had in there. I don't remember necessarily the name, just the like general idea of what they were. Yeah, it's just another way that you can hang out if you guys ever want to like communicate with me. And generally Discord's like the easiest. I do check Twitter every now and then, but like Discord's like always either on my phone, it's either always on my app, it's everywhere. It's always on my monitor over here, like. So like if you really wanted to talk, like if you just want to talk about anything random, if you want to know when like stream's going up, I can give you like a general idea of it. Then yeah, by all means join the Discord. Let's go ahead and build it up. Let's make ourselves a community. You know what I'm saying? Let's get some like-minded individuals in there. Let's get some game suggestions. Let's get I don't know, some news that you want to share, anything like that. That's all good. With all that sellout, if this 3 almost 4 hour stream going on here was worth your time, was worth your watch, if you could sit down at the end of this and say, yeah, this was a good watch, hit me up with a follow on Twitch. It's one button press. It literally takes more button presses to get into Twitch than pressing that single button is. It's just that easy. Press it once, never have to press it again. Twitch should also send you notifications for that whenever I go live as well, I believe, in which case then you guys don't have to follow Twitter or Discord necessarily to be able to get the news. I mean, ideally you would, that way you have multiple ways of making sure that you found out. You know, if you only want one, by all means, hit me up with Twitch. And let Karma Oni-chan for this stream be the example. My man, I don't know how long he was in here, but I gotta imagine as soon as he came in here, drop that easy follow. It's just that easy. I don't know when he exactly came in, but I appreciate it nonetheless. I don't know if he's even still in here, but I appreciate him. Alright, with all of the sellout being done, I appreciate everybody that came out to the stream. We'll see about a stream tomorrow. I would say, how about this? I would say, don't expect a stream tomorrow unless I send up the tweet, which if you aren't following me on Twitter, you won't see it, or if you're not in Discord and ask me if I'm going to stream tomorrow, then you won't see it either. So if you're not following me on Twitter, what do? Because Twitter is going to be the way that I tell you guys tomorrow if I'm going to stream or not. Mostly because I'm going to bed really late today, which means I'm generally going to wake up later tomorrow, and then I'm going to have to do stuff on top of that. So between the generally starting later in the day already from sleeping, and then, you know, other responsibilities as well on top of that, it generally pushes it to hours to like what we're seeing right now. So I'm gonna say no stream tomorrow unless you see the tweet from me. If you see the tweet from me, then absolutely we're streaming, get in there. But if you don't see a tweet tomorrow, then yeah. We should be able to stream on, what's tomorrow, Thursday? Yeah, tomorrow's Wednesday, in which case if we didn't, then it'd be Thursday. So I definitely see we could do one on Thursday as far as I'm aware, but we'll always find things for me to do. But I don't see why we couldn't do it on Thursday. We might even sneak one in on Wednesday. I'll see what I can do. It's kind of like if I can actually wake up early enough to be able to get done what I need to get done and then hit up the stream. Yeah, so that's the general plan. No stream tomorrow unless you see the tweet on Twitter. If you see the tweet on Twitter, I'm streaming. If you don't see it, we'll look forward to it on Thursday. With all that, you guys have a good one, and we'll see you either on Thursday, maybe tomorrow. We'll see. Alright, you guys have a good day, night, afternoon, whatever time it is for you guys, and we'll see you later. See ya.